Hello, good day, everyone, and welcome once again to our Study Abroad session. Today, I'm here with a good friend from the US who has been through the process, and he's coming here to share with us the little hacks, some tips that we need to know before we start our Study Abroad applications. So, my brother Theophilus, you can kindly come in and introduce yourself.
Okay, hi. So I'm Theo, and I'm a graduate, a master's graduate from Wichita State University, and I studied masters in biological sciences, and I came to United States as a JRA, and later in my last semester I became a GTA. So yeah, that's who I am, and fortunately for me, before I was coming, I had a grant. My advisor had a grant, a NASA grant, so I was on NASA grant throughout till I got here. Then my last semester, I wanted to get some experience, so I changed it to a GTA. Yeah, so that's it.
Okay. So, how has it been since you are done with school? Like, how was the journey? Just a brief information. How was the journey like from coming to the US and finishing school? Just something brief.
Yeah, it's really fun. It's really fun when you dream what you've wanted all your life. I mean, it was my dream, American dream. Me, I made up my mind. I will never go to any other country outside America. If you tell me I should go to another country, I said I won't go. Even for visiting, I won't go. America is the goal. So it's really nice living the dreams that you used to live. Yeah, so it's really interesting and
Okay.
being in school and finishing school. So it's really nice.
Okay. So, before we go to the questions that I have for you today, I'll give you the opportunity to share your slides, the information you want to give out before we proceed to the general questions for the day. So, you
Okay.
can proceed and share your screen.
All right. So yeah, thank you very much for everyone who has attended this session, and I hope you enjoy this section. So this is just a warm up. We are starting the school application process one more time, and we do this almost every year. So this is just a preparation, a background to what we are going to do from different and several sections. And this section particularly is for somebody. We are going basic, right? So it's basically for somebody who doesn't know much, nothing, or much about none, that the person doesn't know anything or doesn't have any idea about school application. So we want to introduce everybody to the school application process, and you can do it on your own. You don't need an agent, you don't need somebody. Everybody, and from our pages, from slide posting everything, we admonish you can do it on your own without using an agent or without using anybody. Okay, so we are going to look basic stuff about school application. Okay, so with the school application today, we are going to talk about we are just going to look at stuff we have to do. So the American dream, right? I dreamt of coming to America, and now I'm really dreaming the dream. So living the dream. So I know most of us too also want to come to America. So one of the reasons why you should really come to America, America stands out from other countries like Canada, UK is funding. These people invest a lot in their education. Okay, and we have too many schools. We have too many schools in America. Okay, we have too many schools in America. Too many schools in America. So there are so many schools, there are so many funding, and because of the situation of Trump, the Trump administration, where there have been some funding cuts, doesn't mean there is not funding. I mean, there is funding cuts, but there is still funding available for us. So America stands out because of funding, and everybody can get the funding that we got over here. And I will introduce this funding and other stuff. Okay. So if you want to do school application, these are the checklists that you have to have. I will take them one by one. Okay, so these are the checklists you have to have. Application fee, the first thing. So in this process, we
Okay,
pay.
so hold on, Theophilus.
Okay.
So you are saying that as a beginner, these are the basic
Yeah.
things I have to look at. What you just
Yeah.
projected.
Yeah. So these are the requirements. These are the stuff you need for your application,
Okay.
mostly. All right, and I will explain each one, but each one one by one. So with the application list, the first thing that you have to consider is application fee. So regarding school application, you will pay school application. Okay, there are some that are free. There are some that will waive free application for everyone. And one thing I always tell people is when they waive it, you can try it though, but when they waive it, it increases um, increases the competition level of the school application, and your chances of getting into it becomes slimmer. Okay, so what you have to do is, I know because of the dollar rate and other stuff, it can be challenging. So for the application fee, you have to pay some. There are some you have to pay, and there are some you can waive. I know a friend who never paid any application fee and she got here, right? So what she was doing is, another way you can do is using info sections. So you can see if you're on our pages, the Telegram and the WhatsApp and other stuff. Sometimes even yesterday I posted an example of info section that will take place for a school. I think it's music. So that is one of the ways to also get application fee waiver. When students enter into some of these things, they give them application waiver. So attending info sessions can help you to get application fee waiver. And some of the schools too, you have to write statement of intent. They will tell you, write a statement of intent so that we give you the application fee waiver. You write it, you send it to them. If they review that your research or anything you want to do, it really aligns with the department, they will give you the application fee waiver. And some you also have to request. You can, if you can use an excuse like, oh, my parents, um probably my the dollar rate to the Ghana city is too high, so, and the salary you are taking from your job in Ghana is not really high, so you are trying to save something, so you can't really pay. They can waive it for you, but some, no matter what you will say, you have to pay, and that is where it comes in, that you have to find a way. For some, you pay some. So application fee is one of the things you should be ready for. Right, some of the schools, the application fee is lower, some is higher, some it can go as low as high as 100 for some schools. Like some schools I know in Arizona can go over $100. Some will be like $15, some will be like 30, some will be 45, 50. So you should,
Okay.
as preparing yourself for the school application, you should prepare yourself for some of the application fee. If you don't have money to pay, then go to the department website, right? You see they have info sessions. They host info sections, then you sign up, then you join. Some of them, they will never, even if you join info section, they will never wait for you. Okay, so that's one thing about the application fee.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to ask a quick question concerning the application fee. So with the application fee, let's say I don't have the money, but still I want to pay for some schools.
Mhm.
Let's say I want to pay for about, let's say, 4 or 5 schools. What would be your advice in terms of the little that I have? How can I use it prudently so that it will be enough to cater for the application fee
Makes
for
sense.
those 4 or 5 schools?
Yes.
Any idea?
So when it comes to this stuff about applying to schools, that is why the code emails comes in. So when you do this code email, we will get there, and NS my brother NS will come and continue. When you do this code emailing stuff, then you know that this school I have, based on the interaction I have with the professor or the program coordinator, you have some idea, that you have some sense, you have some idea about the fate of your application. So you know that, oh, this professor wants to work with me. Then you pay the application fee. Oh, this school, they didn't give me any assurance. This has a better assurance. Then I put my application fee there. If they don't want to waive, then I put my application fee there. Okay, so that is how come you can subsidize this application fee stuff, or join info sections, and even request for um application fee waiver. They will grant the application fee waiver for you. If they have sometimes there are people or students that donate to the department, so they have money to waive the application fee waiver for others. So that is one way you can go about it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So the next is statement of purpose or statement of intent and all these things. So this if you are doing graduate application, most of the schools will request you to write a statement of purpose. So statement of purpose is for you to tell them about yourself, your intent, your long-term plan, your short-term plan, and everything. This is one of the things that people really struggle to write. Okay, and I have a program coordinator that spoke to me and said they denied some people admission this year because they used AI to write statements of purpose. You don't need to pay anybody to write a statement of purpose for you. It is your own story, personal story. You use yourself to write statement of purpose. AI does not need to write a statement of purpose for you. Okay, so you use your own story and write it. And I did something, I mean, to help people. I think we have this over on the Telegram page. We have um, I made a template of how to write statement of purpose. I think we have that on the Telegram page. If you check the Telegram page, we have something like that on how to write a statement of purpose. So if you have it, let me see if I can share my screen entirely. So yes, so this is it. Okay, we have this statement of purpose over there. So it can help you go to the Telegram page. You find the outline of how to write a statement of purpose. It will help you to write a very good statement of purpose. So just go through it and go and check it and use that one to write a very good
Okay.
statement.
To before you
Yeah,
continue, it's not everyone that has the opportunity to be there. So if you can take our listeners and our viewers through what you've captured on the Telegram page, some of
yeah.
them will
So
get an idea.
yeah, so the Telegram page we have a lot of sections of from previous years. We have videos and other stuff that are very very important, and we paste all these things there to help you. So on the Telegram page we have videos. Whatever thing we are saying here, we have videos. We have videos for business students. It's only through our pages that people business students are getting funding and other programs are getting funding. We show them how to get funding. So if you are in the health field, the education field, we have videos over there, and we have things that have been pinned on the pages. So if you go to through the Telegram page, just go through the pin message. We have a template on how to write a very competitive statement of purpose. So it has everything. Your short-term goal, it will tell you every paragraph what you should write. Your short-term goal, your long-term goal, why you chose the school, why the program, your education background, all these things helps you to write a very compelling statement of purpose. So it's just follow and use your story. So statement of purpose is using your CV, your academic background to write everything that you want to write, your history and everything to write, whatever thing you want to write, and what you want to be in the future and how the program will benefit you. So that is one of the things that you should check. And I think Sly will post the statement of purpose on the
I
page.
just posted the link to the
Yeah,
American Dream page,
yeah, and
so they can check the
everywhere.
comment section for it.
The comment section, I think Sly will post it. So, and the next one is resume, your CV. Okay, so one thing I always tell people is that when they are making admission decision, you are not there. You will never be there when they are making admission decision. And what they will use to make admission decision is like an example statement of purpose. So you have to write a very good statement of purpose. And one thing that speaks to them more about you is your resume. Okay, so you have to write a very good CV. If they are requesting for a CV, you have to write a very good CV. And coming back to the statement of purpose, every school and their limit. Some schools will limit you to one page, so you have to check the program's website before you submit your statement of purpose, please. And also, just like the resume, some will tell you they need one page, some will say they need 2 pages, some will tell you 3 pages, some do not limit you when it comes to resume. And you have to write a very good resume when you are writing when you are submitting a resume. Okay, so I think we have this one that we normally use. this this one that we normally use, that I tell people they should use it, and use it as a template to write theirs, right? So this basically a science student who is into micro B, I guess. Okay, and this is how he has really organized. You won't have everything in your CV, so wherever you don't have, just skip it. Okay, we all started from somewhere before we got here, before we got to get some research experience and other stuff. Your undergraduate alone can help you get straight PAD and other stuff. Okay, so research assistant, he has been a research assistant, he has honors. It's not everybody who has honors. It's not everybody who got all these things, teaching experience. It's not everybody who be a GTA publications. It's not everybody who has publications. So just use it, make it something that can speak for yourself. Okay, and presentations, he has his presentations, personal development, personal service, community service, languages. Do not bring languages in your CV. Take languages out, and these things and others and references. So you can see when I take the resume of this person, it's well organized and it speaks a lot about himself. Some of you, the reason why you are not getting admission is because your resume doesn't really speak much about yourself. And talking about the resume, there are some of you, your resume, there are some things that you did that doesn't really relate to the program you are going to apply to. Okay, so an example, you did English. Okay, you did English and you went to do your national service at in Ghana, anything can happen. So let's take, you went to do your national service at the traffic light. I mean, we have people that are working national service at the traffic light.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to deem anybody. I'm just using it as an example. Your traffic light and going to apply for a master's in English do not match. So you don't need to introduce that one inside your resume because it doesn't align with the program you are going to apply to. So anything that you are going to put in your resume that does not align with the program you are going to apply to, take it out. The best thing is, if I know some of you can lie or something, you can just polish your resume a little bit, make it nice,
We call it branding.
brand yourself or package yourself or so that when they look at it, they can see that you are doing something, you have something on board. Don't Yes, we have to be honest enough, but you let your honesty be honesty. You get what I'm saying? Let it be a little bit of honesty. So work on your resume well, because a bad resume shows you are not a good candidate. They just look at your resume, what you have. Resume speaks about you. You are not going to be there. So you have to have a very good resume. That is what you are going to use it to do your code email and other stuff. So please find time, go through your resume, your CV, work on it, and same resume, you can be changing the pages, you can be limiting it, because some of the schools, they will request you to submit 2 pages resume maximum, 3 pages resume maximum, just as the statement of purpose. So you have to be reading all these are instructions, and one of the ways to get funding and get admission is obeying instruction. If a school has written that you need to submit 2 pages statement of purpose and you submit 3 pages statement of purpose, automatically you are out, because you do just common application, you can't obey instructions. How much more we give you a research for you to do? Okay, so please obey instructions. Make sure before you put in an application, you have to obey instructions very well. All right. And the next thing we are going to talk about is um, transcripts. Okay, so we will look into this. So you also submit your own. Some schools use your own official transcript to make admission decisions. Some will request the official transcript to make decision. That's how some is. Some of the schools also take evaluated transcripts. No matter whatever thing you say, they will tell you we will never waive the evaluated transcript. So, in as much as you are applying to schools, you are searching for schools, also make sure that if you don't have money, it's not everybody who has money to evaluate your transcript, their transcript. Then make sure the school, you have read the instruction of the department, the school, that they do not take evaluated transcripts before you put in application. I remember when I started school application, I didn't know much about these things. I applied to University of North Carolina, agriculture, something, something. After I finished, I paid the application fee. Then I realized they take evaluation. I didn't know. I didn't know about that. I didn't read instructions, and I've already paid the application fee, and it just went waste. So please, if you don't have evaluated transcript, if you don't have the money to do the evaluated transcript, then make sure that the schools that you are applying to, they are not taking evaluated transcripts. Make sure you read the instructions. And if you have the money, the resources to evaluate your transcripts, I'll tell you to do it because it's very important. Some If you evaluate your transcript, one of the things I've realized when I evaluated my transcript, it pushed my GPA higher. All right, it's added a lot to my GPA. So if you are somebody at lower 2.7, 2.8, evaluate your transcript. It will bring you to 3.2, 3.1, 3.3, thereabouts. And for US, for most of the schools, if they want to give you funding, your GPA is should be 3.0 and above. So you have to evaluate your transcript, and it will push you. Another thing about evaluating your transcript is that because it is evaluation, not everybody has money to evaluate his or her transcript. So the competition over there becomes lesser. So if you are somebody who has evaluated transcript, I will tell you to prioritize um, evaluated schools that take evaluation. There is no harm in doing both, but let your priority be schools that take evaluation, because the competition will become lesser, especially within this chaotic period of the administration. Evaluation will be very, very important. Okay. And the next thing I will talk about
So
is,
before you go to the next thing,
yeah.
kindly
So,
and briefly explain the differences in unofficial,
yeah.
official, and evaluated transcripts.
Okay.
If you can explain
The
it.
unofficial transcript, when you're applying, they will take unofficial transcript. That is the even if they will take on official transcript, they will take unofficial too. That is the one from you. So if you give it to them, you call it unofficial transcript. That's the one you are submitting. People can fake it. So they will also request for official transcript. That is the transcript coming directly from your school. And the evaluated transcript is using a third party. So an example is Wes, we have yes, Pantran, we have others. Okay. So what evaluated transcript does it? Because most people are even faking and other stuff, they prefer evaluated transcript. Okay. So they prefer transcript coming from um um a third party agency that is credible. So what you do is you go to like West, you go to west.org, you sign up, then you send your transcript. They send your transcript to you, go to your school, you tell them to send your transcript to West. West will evaluate your transcript, then they give you a copy. So when you are applying to a school and they are taking West, you tell West to send the official transcript to them. You pay for them to send it to them. You have to pay. So that is how the evaluated transcript goes about. So
And
that
official.
yeah, the official is the one that is coming from the school. So it is your school sending it to them. So not everyone will request evaluated transcript. So the official is the one coming from your school directly to them. So that's what some schools do. Some schools will use unofficial transcript to make admission decisions, and then some will say the by the time you complete your first semester, you should get your official transcript to them. That's what some of them do. Some of them too will request the official transcript to make admission decision. So that's how it works. So you have to also check the admission requirement before you continue. Okay. And the next one that is really hurting people is letters of recommendation. When it gets to this, I really understand. We've all struggled getting recommendation from Ghanaian professors. It's not easy getting recommendations from Ghanaian professors, and schools will require. So if you are working, you can get two um, lecturers, faculty to do recommendation for you. Then you use one person who is working for you to do recommendation for you. If you are going to do internships and other stuff, you can let the person, your boss, sorry, if you have a good relationship with your boss, you can let your boss do the recommendation for you, one recommendation, and you get two lectures. So if you're a student and you are in school, try hard to get a very good relationship with these professors and other stuff, because they will do recommendation for you. And what I will tell you, if you're a student, you should even try and be a GTA, so that you can use that as an opportunity to get letters of recommendation, because to be honest, it's not easy getting letters of recommendation. So many people are being stuck because of this letters of recommendation issue. Okay,
So
so
what of those who have finished school already? They don't have the opportunity to connect again since they are not in school. What would be your advice for some of them who still want to study abroad and need recommendation letters?
the advice is pray, because pray that the lecturers, God will touch their hearts when you go to them for recommendation, because these people are not willing to. It's not easy, so sometimes you know, in Africa, sometimes you have to tip them a little bit. You have to send them airtime and other stuff before they do it. I remember one of my faculty, I had to go to his farm. He has a copy from research he's working. I had to go and work with him before he wrote. Out of the three schools, he even did only one. He was expecting me to come back the next day to come and continue. So it was like every day I have to. So he did only one. Me too. I said I won't come again, because that day I really worked. I was working for three. He was working. He thought the work I worked is for only one. I said I won't come. So yeah, it's not easy getting letters of recommendation. So please, and one thing about letters of recommendation I've realized is, especially during this time that school application is becoming very difficult, most of the lecturers have these generic letters of recommendation they give. One
Okay.
advice I will give you is that when you have the opportunity, tell them you want to write your own letters of recommendation.
Okay.
Some of the lecturers do it. They will tell you, go and write what you want to write. Then they will put a cover letter on department ban and other stuff, and they sign it. But personalize the personal um, your recommendation letters. So write it in a way that will reflect everything about you, what you want them to know, where you want to be. So probably you are an MBA student, you want to be an accountant working at this place and at this place. You put it in the recommendation that he has the desire to be this and he has been working so hard towards it. So it will reflect directly from your letters of recommendation. And don't think these people don't read letters of recommendation. When I came here, my advisor told me everything that was in the letters of recommendation, that he needed somebody who is hardworking, somebody who was curious and other stuff and other stuff. And these are the things that they need. So those generic statements of purpose that I said letters of recommendation that they write, sometimes it goes against you. So please, the letters of recommendation, if you can do it, write it on your own and send it to them, and they put their cover letter and other stuff on and they submit it to the school. That would be the best. Let it be personal. Let it reflect what you want to do. You want to be this in future. You have been doing this, and you dream of doing that, and you are hardworking, and you are this, and you are curious, and all these things. These are the things they want to see. They want to see a personal affection in writing in the letters of recommendation. So please, let let your LOR, that's how we call it, LOR, let them reflect your personality, not generic. Okay, so
Okay.
that is
So
it.
coming
That one directly comes from your your lecturers and other stuff. And what I've realized, some schools, some people use, because of how difficult it is, like Sly said, how they can do it. Some people just use, they create an email in the name of the professor, gmail.com, and now schools don't take gmail.com. In fact, I know somebody who did gmail.com. Then the school searched for the name of the professor and sent him an email that somebody used gmail.com to send recommendation. Is it you? Okay. Fortunately, the guy was having a good relationship with the faculty. So the faculty sent it to the guy and told him this is what the school. So the schools, if you use suspicious Gmail, some will even tell you they don't take gmail.com. They want .edu.
that's
That's
the institutional email.
institutional email. They want to see that .edu over there. That is what they want to know. They, because it's academic, they really need staff from academics department. So that's one thing you should do. So if you are going to do school application, start working on letters of recommendation right now before it is too late. Everybody went through this wahala. So please start working on, be nice to your professors. If they are not, if you aren't nice to them, start sending them message, Merry Christmas, this, that, start working on it. Happy New Year. Happy Mother's Day, Happy Father's Day. Start doing that because it's very, very important.
Okay. So a quick one on the letters of recommendation or reference letters. So what information should let's say for instance, I want to start my school application and I've got in touch with some of my lecturers. I don't need to take like a hard copy of the recommendation per the
Yeah.
explanation you are giving. People always go for hard copy, even in this modern times that information is available. What
Mm.
information should I take from my lecturer or my professor to aid him or her submit a reference or recommendation letter on my behalf once he or she has accepted to do that?
Yeah.
What
So
information should I take
yeah,
from a lecturer or professor?
that's what I'm saying. Make it personalized, not generic.
No,
Okay.
like wait, don't. So when I'm doing the school application, there is a portion for me to provide certain information
Yeah.
about the reference or recommendation
Yeah.
letters.
The
So when I reach out
relationship.
to my previous professors or lecturers, what should I take from them to aid me input that information in the application system when I'm doing the school
They
application?
take, so normally they take the lecturer's name, um the school he or she. Now sometimes they don't even take the school. They ask you what is the relationship between that person. And they take the phone number, the email, and that is it. The name,
And
the phone number.
sometimes the position of the lecturer.
Sometimes the position of the lecturer, his or her position over there, and sometimes the institution. That's what they do. So it's not really that huge. You can just put it in, but the recommendation is not coming to you. The lecturer himself or herself will send it directly to the school. So don't go for hard copy. It's going directly to the schools. And one thing I will tell you about letters of recommendation is very difficult. So if you are doing school application, don't be sending the letters of recommendation that links to them one because you put their email there. If you put their email and you submit it when you are applying, it goes into the system and they send a link to them using the email you provided. So it goes into their email. Because it's very annoying, if you send the email one, if you send the recommendation one, it becomes annoying. So if you get like 3 schools over there, then you send everything for him or her. Then the person does it. If you get another 3, then you send it. So that it's not like every day the person has to do one. You get it? So it makes things easier. Don't be sending single ones. It becomes annoying over time. So that's one thing you should do.
Thank you very much for that clarification.
All right, and let's go to test course. So some of the schools, whatever thing you do, they will take evaluation, test course, English proficiency. There are some of the schools they will never wait for English proficiency. So like the IELTS, the Duolingo, and others, they will never wait. Okay, so some of the schools they will, but most of the schools will waive English proficiency test because of Ghana. All right, so some of the schools before you also apply, check the requirements. I mean, we will go through it. You have to check the requirement that whether they take English proficiency, and even if they take English proficiency, is Ghana among the countries they waive English proficiency for. And some of the schools, if they say they will take English proficiency, they will take it. No matter what you do, you have to provide an English proficiency. So you have to check this before you even pay application fee. You have to clarify all this from the program's website and other stuff before you put in your application. And some take GRE and GMAT. So GRE, GMAT, some of the programs you have to take GRE, some of the programs you have to take GMAT, like um, um, MBA. Some programs are taking GRE for MBA, some are taking GRE for electrical engineering. But they are waiving, most of the schools are waiving. But what I will tell you is that these things are very essential because if you if you have these things and you are applying to schools with somebody and you have GRE scores, it pushes you a little bit higher over that person because of your GRE score. And if you are somebody who didn't have a good academic transcripts, like your GPA wasn't good, one of the things you have to do is to steady pass the GRE. If you get a very good score, you can use it as a skills that probably you were going through a lot of stuff and you couldn't do it then. Now that you are well on your own, then you were able to perform with the GRE. So these are some of the ways you can use it to go about some of these things. If you think your GRE is not good, then you can your undergraduate transcript is not good, you can take GRE to complement it, or GMAT to complement it. And now that school application is becoming competitive. Now the funding there, OpenAI has reduced the funding, and now the available slot is very small. So the school application is becoming extremely competitive. So if you can take GRE, if you can take GMAT, if you can evaluate your transcript, I will tell you to do it. If possibly you can also take English proficiency, even though it's not by force, but if the school is requesting for English proficiency, then there is no sense in it if you are going to do English proficiency for only one school. If you have multiple schools, you check the schools. So after you search for your schools and you send the code emails, if you have only one school that is taking English proficiency, and you have like 3 5 schools that are taking evaluated transcripts, the money is expensive. Money is not easy to come by. It's also expensive. You just go for the evaluated ones. If per chance you get some Brunia or some Christmas money, then you use it to do your English proficiency too. So now that school application is very, very, very competitive, do stuff that will make you competitive. That's what I would tell you. Do stuff that will make you competitive. If you have to evaluate your transcript, do it. If you have the opportunity to take GRE, do it. If you don't have all these things and you have to build your resume, do stuff that will add up to your resume. That's one of the things that you should do. And the last one I want to talk about is the writing sample. So everybody has a writing sample. This is one of the things I see people always asking. Writing sample. Everybody has. If you did an undergraduate thesis, it is an example of writing sample. If you have publication, it's writing sample. All these things are writing samples. If you have um, an abstract that you've written before, all these are writing sample. They want to check your writing ability. So some of the schools will request for writing sample. So if you are an undergrad, you should save your undergrad thesis. You should save it somewhere because one day it might be very valuable to you. So these are the normal checklist stuff that we you need for your school application. These are the stuff that you have to start working on right now as we are speaking. So evaluation like this, it takes a long time nowadays. Words can take like 2 months evaluating one transcript. So if you want to evaluate your transcripts, you should I'm not saying you should hurry up and gather funds, but it is you have to start working on it so that school application will be opening in September. By that time, September, October, by that time, then you have your stuff ready. Okay. Now, the most important thing is funding. Okay. So I'm going to take you guys through this funding, then I will show you. So in as much as you are going to apply to the schools, these are the funding that this. So when you hear people have been awarded 100% a full tuition waiver and other stuff, it comes from these things. There is nothing free here. Okay, so either you are a graduate assistant, or you're a teaching assistant, or you're a research assistant. Um, we have fellowships. Some are being funded by fellowships. Normally, it's the PhDs that are being funded with fellowships. Somebody has a fellowship, and that fellowship is covering a student. That is different. But these are the main funding that people get funded over here in America. So, graduate assistantship. So those some people are working at the library, sitting at the offices. Some of us will contact international office. There are students working over there. It's also a graduate assistant, so you work 20 hours a week, which they will use it to take away your stipend. They will give you some stipend. They will use it to take away some of um your tuition, or even full tuition. And some people get, even I have a friend who is just managing the social media of a department, and that person is on a assistantship, and it caters for everything. So graduate assistantship is available, so it's all over on campus. You see them, some are advertising, some use handshake to so that you can use it to apply for the graduate assistantship over there. Some departments also have their own graduate assistantship. Maybe you help a professor with something, or you'll be managing something. So that is one of the ways you can get assistantship. So some of the departments support students using graduate assistantship. And an example is MBA. MBA, the reason why people are saying they don't have funding, they have funding, is because they, they don't watch. If you, on our Telegram page, just as I has posted, we have a video of business students, and you go and see that most of the schools that they fund through graduate assistantship. That is how MBA works. So most of the assistantships in business administration is coming from graduate as assistantship. That is how the department supports students. And graduate assistantship is, it can be within department or the whole school, and everybody is applying to it, and you go for interviews and other stuff. We'll delve into all these things when the time comes. But this is just an introduction. So if you are applying to a school, if you are interested in applying to a school, probably your program is being sponsored by a graduate assistantship. The next way they will fund you is through teaching assistantship. That is how I can say like 70% of people coming to America has funded GTA. So you are coming to teach an undergraduate course, and that will help you to take your tuition, and they give you monthly stipend and other stuff. So if you see all the full funding and other stuff, normally they are going to teach. Okay, so that is how most international students, those who have received funding, are going to um, well, that's what they are going to do. So some of the programs they give you GTA, the English, the sciences, the the political science and other stuff, most of them are going to do GTA. And then the GRA, like myself, research assistant, I came as a research assistant. So GTA, GRA, so GRA, you come to do a research. Okay, so probably my advisor was having a grant from NASA, so I was doing this NASA research, and that grant was sponsoring me. So that's how most of some people are sponsored, not most, not much people are GRA though, but yes, that is one opportunity for you to get a funding in America. And regarding all this funding, let's say that not all the funding can take most. So if you join Mark Sessions and others, you hear some people their assistantship take like 10 hours. Some their assistantship will take like 20 hours. Some will take like 15 hours. The most important thing is the tuition is the one you are coming to pay. If you have an assistantship that can take away your tuition and most of the parts, then you are left with few deficits that, which especially when it's coming from living expenses, that one it doesn't matter. That one you can find a way to survive. What that you need to do is that tuition waiver and other stuff is very important. Okay, so find a way that normally you should, if they do 10 hours, sometimes the 10 hours is not really good that much. If they do like 15, 18 to 20 hours for your assistantship, yes, it's very sweet. That one, it can take everything. Then you don't even have deficit to pay. Even if you have deficit to pay, is that the stipend they will give you, that's the same amount. Small, you take part of it to pay those deficits. So it's not really that huge. Okay, so these are the main three things that you are going to. So when you are searching for schools, we are going to the next one. When you are searching for schools, these are the three funding you are targeting. Whether the program has GRA, whether the program has GTA or graduate assistantship. Graduate assistantship normally is there's only MBA and some few programs that um, they have this graduate assistantship. Okay, so the next one is searching for schools. So I'm interested in applying to schools. This is what many people come. How do I know schools? Can somebody give me schools that have this and give that and give that? So that's what we are going to do. So I started using AI. I mean, we're using the normal Google. Then I saw AI can also do it. We'll do a section on AI, I think, next week, using AI for your school application. But let's just use AI to search for schools. Okay. So we are going to use AI to search for schools. Don't go to anybody to ask for how to search for schools. Please give me schools. So I want to do school application. How do I know the schools? Okay. So let's use AI to search for schools. This is what we are going to do. We are going to use our ChatGPT to search for schools. You can even use your WhatsApp and other stuff, but I prefer ChatGPT. If you are a student and Elon's XAI, It's called XAI. If you have a student account, if you have student email, you can sign up for no, it's not XAI, it's grok.com. Okay, Grok. So that is it. The Grok, if you're a student and use your student email, they'll give you 3 months free and you can use it. Okay. So we are going to use ChatGPT to search for schools. And we are going to use ChatGPT very well next week for our session. Okay, so you come to your this thing is ChatGPT. So this is it. When you open chatgpt.com. So when you open it, it's like this. I'm using the premium. Most of you have I'm using the premium. I pay for the premium, but you can use the normal one. Whatever thing we are doing, you can use the normal one to do. Okay. So I don't know. Sly, somebody should give us a program. We will use somebody's program from the chat. Type in your program and we will search for schools that are funding relating to those three funding I spoke about.
Okay,
So
so
somebody
our listeners and viewers, we have over 150 people watching us on all platforms.
give me
That
your
is on
program.
YouTube, on Facebook, and on X. So please just type the name of your program in the comment section. Okay, somebody
Yes.
type nursing. Somebody type nursing. Somebody
Okay.
also says public health. Somebody says mathematics, education. So we can do for those four.
Um,
We can start with nursing first.
Nice and schools that
Yes.
have assistantship. So
Yes.
I will have to talk about much about using AI and other stuff. I think nursing, I posted some of the schools. Nursing getting assistantship is very difficult. We have a video on professional programs. Okay, there are schools that give assistantship in nursing. Finding them is very difficult, but if you do and do and do, you will find it. Okay. I mean, what I'm coming to do, it's easier for you to get for mathematics, public, and other stuff. Nursing, let me just use a program that will be easier.
Okay, so let's go for mathematics education.
Okay, so let me use mathematics. Hi, let me just ask my ChatGPT how is it doing. Okay, so there are 50 states in the United States. Okay, so tell it list the 50 states in USA. Okay, so these are the 50 states. ChatGPT will list all the 50 states for you. Okay, so starting from Alabama, Alaska in alphabetical order. And this is my tiny state, Kansas, and other stuff. Okay, so there are 50 states. Okay, so even the free version can do it. So you pick one state. Okay, so tell ChatGPT, give me schools in Alabama that offers MS Mathematics. They offer MS Mathematics, and you add with assistantship.
We can add PhD to MS and PhD.
MS and PhD. Oh, I
PhD.
mean, let me do masters. Me,
Okay, okay, okay,
let's
okay.
do masters. It's very difficult getting funding from PhD. Normally it's for funding. My
Yeah,
master
yeah.
is quite difficult getting
Okay,
funding.
okay,
Okay,
okay.
so let's do masters. I mean, we can do PhD after this one. So look at ChatGPT will search for you. So you see, University of Alabama, Birmingham, Auburn University. They offer thesis and thesis, and you see the stipend. They've listed their stipend. I'm using premium, so it might not be the same as your stuff. Let me see. Let's go to you see the finance. One of the schools is because I'm using premium, so mine will give me probably it will be different from yours or something. Let's try and see if we can um, open one school. Oh yeah. So you see um, stipend for GTA for teaching. This is Department of Mathematics. You see, they have stipend GTA. So you read the instructions over here. So GTA, you see, you are required to work 20 hours. So these 20 hours can do something for you, and it can take 50% full time. And you see the instructions about it. Sometimes they will tell you it does it, it does that, it does it, it does that. You've seen that this one takes. So you see the GTA pays a monthly stipend that is equivalent distributed full year. It provides 100% tuition scholarship up to 15 credits, so it can take up to 15 credits each semester. But it's if you take more than 15 credits, you have to pay. So this one takes 100% full tuition waiver. So have you seen how it works? So when you come, you have to read instructions also. And let me use my friend. I have a friend in this school. Let me use and also when you come, you have to also read instructions. Okay, like if I'm going to apply for MBA like this, you have to read instructions about the admissions. Okay, so let's look at what we went through. Let's look at this. So the admission requirement, they are saying this is your application. You have to put in application, and this they use unofficial transcript for admission. Only unofficial transcript for admission. Then when you come, the official transcript they have to get it during your first semester. And they are saying all persons whom English is a second language are required to present. So you have to check whether they waive English for this one. It will be on the this thing, and they are asking for a resume. So your resume to confirm work experience, okay, and your personal statement. See, they have a guideline here that will help you to write your personal statement. All right, they have things that they are looking for in writing your personal statement. So you see, they have frequently asked questions. That's one thing you people should also check. It's not everything when we say code emails. So it's not everything you have to check. So frequently ask questions so that you don't always be pending when to ask questions. So they have everything. They have can GRA be used instead of GMAT? Then they ask. So generally the answer is no. They've said it. Test scores can it be waived? They are saying the test scores cannot be waived in general, preparing for everything. So these are some of the things. So these um, frequently asked questions are very helpful, right? So PAD, what do you need? So you see the statement of purpose, what they are telling you.
So even for the one for masters is the three for a master's program. No, just that area.
I think this is general for all the program. So
Yeah, but
this,
it was specific with the masters. Good. One,
yeah,
two,
the-
three. One,
yeah,
two, three. The third
yeah,
question, you can
yeah.
read that.
They were specific with the masters. I think
Yeah.
they were very specific with the masters. Oh, yeah, it's there. So you see the GRE, they can waive it. Look at this. So they are saying they will waive GRE if you have 3 years professional work or military experience. So they can waive GRE actually. Schools can waive GRE for you. For this program, they are saying master's degree. If you already have a master's degree or a terminal, if you have a PhD and you want to do a PhD again, or the only way is you should have one of the following. So if you have both, it's good. The GRE they can waive it if you have 3 years professional experience. If you are working 3 years professional experience, okay. And see, these schools they need two professional references. Recommenders directly receive an email from them. Okay, so you are not the one who is going to submit, and the
So
application
can
fee.
you clarify between academic references and professional references so that our listeners and viewers will know what the difference is?
So, so professional reference. So this is academic stuff. Somebody who is your boss is a professional reference, right? Academic reference. This is referring to both academic and other stuff, right? What they are trying to say is that it's supposed to come from a professional person, somebody you have worked with, not your friend, not your somebody who doesn't know your academic abilities. This is somebody who can testify about your academic activity. So two professionals, since it is education, they expect you to get one person from your school. I expect you to get one person from your school to testify about that one. If you have been working and you have a boss, you can go to your boss too for another one to add up. So you have one from work and one from education to complement your academic abilities. Okay, so that is the best thing. And application fee is $50. You see, one way for alumni, $75. International students, they didn't tell us they will wait for us. And we have to be cautious about the application period too. So we have spring and fall. US application, the academic calendar for most schools start in fall. That is when most of the funding goes to. Okay, for spring, yes, you can get a little bit of funding, but most of the funding goes to fall. So this is the best period for you to prepare. That's why we start doing sections, especially during the fall, so that you prepare yourself and apply to as many schools as you can. Okay, so this is the application period. So first, the deadline for November 1 for with the international student, they are saying August 1. So when you go to apply to the school, you have to read instructions and other stuff. I mean, let's go to our AI. So our AI has helped us to get schools. So don't go to anybody to ask you. We will delve next week. My brother says we should do AI. So we will delve much into so our
I think
assistantship. You see,
that'll be on Tuesday, hopefully Tuesday
that'll be on.
evening.
We'll delve much into AI. So you see, this one too has given us University of South Alabama. You see assistantship over there, and you see $10,000 full teaching waiver. If you are interested, so this one has told you if you are interested, contact this program coordinator. That is when the code emails and other stuff will come in, and my brother NS will come and handle the code emails. But I just want to do the stuff. So even with the stuff that ChatGPT has given us, I can access just for Alabama. Give me more. So you have to go and read the instructions, application instructions, whether you meet it or you don't meet it. So you see, I told you to give me more. Even just in Alabama, you see, we have more schools. So the schools in there, you have more. So this is just Alabama. I've gotten like 6 or 7 schools from there. Let's go to Alaska.
Okay, so for Alaska, let's use Masters in Agricultural Economics.
Okay, so give
That's what
me
someone has typed here.
universities in that offers MS
Agri
agricultural
economics, agri economics.
economics with assistantship. Make sure you add assistantship to it. So I mean, probably AI cannot give you schools in. It's possible that if a school cannot be having funding in that in that department or um, that state, so you have to check another state. So it has given us. It just gave only one. Alaska is not that huge state that will have that huge, but I mean, it did something. Alaska did something. I can see interdisciplinary. They have types of assistantship. So you see, and the requirement for assistantship, GPA requirements. You see, you should have a GPA of at least 3.0. So these are some of the things. That's why you should evaluate your transcript. Your transcript is very important. If you evaluate your transcript, your GPA is low, you should bring it up. International student, you must be enrolled in all these stuff before you can get this. This this is real school. A friend of mine,
Fairbanks, University of, I think University of Alaska at Fairbanks.
a friend of mine had there is this something that they give it to only one person. The person got it. So yeah, so this is how you do it. Okay,
Yeah.
so let's go to a different state, a school. Let's do the last one, then we'll continue.
So let's do MS chemistry for the next state.
Arizona.
So let's do MS chemistry, masters in chemistry.
So universities in Arizona that offers MS chemistry with assistantship. Okay, let's do the last one. So University of Arizona Tempe, I know this school they have. I asked for Arizona, you get a lot of schools. It's a big state. It's a lot. Give me more. Let me ask you to give me more. You should give me more schools. Arizona is a big place. You should give me more schools. You can't tell me you won't give me more schools. Yeah, ASU should also be doing that. University of Arizona, Northern Arizona. Yeah, you should give me more schools now. Arizona is a big school. It's a big state. Yeah. So yep. So this what what about so yeah. So you can tell it to
Let's
me.
make it. What about schools in states that are less expensive for international students and have assistantship for MS chemistry? You can do it that way, NSC.
Yeah, so ChatGPT is all about how you what about you said what about
Schools in less expensive states for international students and have programs in MS chemistry and assistantship. And have assistantships or funding for MS chemistry.
okay. I think it's supposed to be like this. And let's see. So it can give you, I mean, it has given some South Dakota, the Dakota, Wyoming, and other stuff. It can give you University of Maine, Mississippi, and other stuff. So yeah, you can do it this way. I prefer using state by state so that I get a lot of schools, then I can use it to do my code email. So searching for schools, uh, let me see MS Nation. I think I saw about three, four, five schools that I posted. I, last time MS Nation they have funding. Um, I don't know about nursing is a professional program, so it's really hard for you to get funding. Very low. I don't know. They have smaller GA. I don't know whether it's true. All
So
this.
you can just click on the link and our viewers and listeners can see what is
I,
there.
I, I don't know whether it's true or just open the link for me. As for ChatGPT, it can lie sometimes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It can lie sometimes. Open. Let's see. Page not found.
Not
See.
found.
So sometimes it can lie though, but yes,
Let's
the
let's
more
check
you
the other
do,
school, the second
I,
school and see.
I can you don't really need it to do. You can just copy and you yourself just go and check it from the program department and see whether it's true. To tell you,
Page not
not fun,
found. Okay.
but you can. Let me see. MS nursing. I'm coming. What's the name of the school?
Rest of wait a minute.
So MS nursing. Let's see. Yeah. So it's
That's
over
just
here.
the shortcut.
Yeah.
It's an online program.
It's an online. Some are online. ChatGPT doesn't know. So I mean, I will teach more about AI. ChatGPT sometimes it's crazy, but their nursing is online. So you have to go through the schools and everything for you to find your own stuff. Okay, I think we are just done with the AI one. We are we are just done with the AI one. I don't know if we have something to do again with the
Yes.
AI.
I think for the AI, that's all for now. Since we'll be delving much
We
into the
yeah
AI this coming Tuesday.
yeah
Okay.
Yeah. So the last one I'm going to talk about that people should know about it. If you don't know anything about school application, I think right now you know something is code emails. I don't want to delve much into this code email stuff because my brother will come and talk about it. So you just don't apply to a school. Okay. One of the things that will help you to get funding is your code email. All right. Some especially within this period where funding is very scarce. There are schools that do not even have funding. There are schools that will not even pick international students. So before you get in touch, before you apply to schools, send professors, especially program coordinators, code email. Introduce yourself to them, and anytime, let me remind you, the first time you send any code email to a professor, make sure you add your CV and your transcripts. Make sure anytime, first time, CV transcript, make sure you add it so that they know who they are talking to, they read about you. That is what will speak for you. That's why you have to get a very good CV, and your transcript too should be a little bit good. If you have 3.0 and above, I'm not saying 3.0 and above, you won't get funding. There are departments that take students that have GPA of 2.75 and above, 2.8 and above. Okay, there are departments, there are schools over there, but you have to search it on your own. I've seen some. So before you send, you have to add your CV and code email. Introduce yourself to them. Normally, I don't really like going straight to the funding. Talk about stuff to show your interest in the program before so through your interaction with the program coordinators and other stuff, they can tell you, oh, you have a very good resume, we need a student like you. Then because money is scarce, then you know that this school, I don't have vim in it, I don't have some surety in it. The way the program coordinator even responded, this school, I don't feel like. And I'm telling you, some of the schools, the way program coordinators even answer you, you know that this is a no-go area. So this helps you to remove some of the schools out, then you go on with schools that you are really interested. So cold email, don't apply to any school before you send cold email, especially with this period. Otherwise, you waste your money. Okay, we will delve much into some of these things later on, but that is what I just wanted to tell you. So before you apply to any school, make sure you've sent cold email, you have interacted, and you have surety, especially like GRE. If you want to be a graduate research assistant, you have to get in touch with a professor before. If the professor has a grant, the professor, some will come out and say they have grants and they are looking for students. My advisor was looking for a student. He didn't put it on any website. I sent him a cold email and it worked for me. So the cold email, one of the things is somebody will say, I've sent cold email and they are not replying me. Bro, we've sent thousands of cold email. Don't let anybody lie to you. This school application requires dedication. So for the code email, it's very, very important. So continue to be sending code emails. You don't know, just one hit, bam, it's hit. My code email, I've sent thousands and thousands. I sent emails. Then I'm not lying to you. I sent emails. It's just one that hit for me. Bang. Then I'm in America. So please don't give up with this code email thing. It's really, really frustrating. But get in touch with professors and other stuff. Show interest in your research. We'll go into that later. But that's what I wanted to tell you. Don't give up on this code email thing. And another thing I will tell you is don't apply to 2 or 3 schools. Minimum, I always tell people, minimum of 7 schools because you don't know what will happen. Okay. So apply to more schools, join info sections so that professors will also know you or even talk to you or something and all these things. With that you'll be fine. That is what I have for you for today. So right. Fine.
Okay, thank you very much, my good brother, and God bless you for that wonderful presentation. So, this is just the first part of our meeting, and we are moving into the second part of the meeting. But before we continue, if you're watching us live, I'll kindly plead with you to just visit the YouTube and hit the subscribe button and also share the link and encourage your friends to also subscribe and join this platform since we are doing this for free with our resources. And the only thing you can do for us is to support us so that we can have the hope and the faith to keep on moving. So
Please
if
share the link like you share our
exactly,
link.
exactly. Try your
Share
best
the
and share the link and hit the subscribe button. Run the numbers for us so that we can also be encouraged to do more. Okay, so today my first question for you is in terms of choosing a program and a school, which one should come first?
Okay, so I wanted to talk about this. Thank you for reminding me. So let's go back to our ChatGPT. So those who are coming to talk about search for schools and other stuff, where is my so if you have a program, the nursing, the nursing, the mathematics, okay, so you are not really restricted to your program. We have something we call related programs. So some of the schools they even put it on their website that your program or related program. Okay, so as you are doing your program, you are also doing related programs. So the ones that will work, it works. Okay, so let's take an example. Um, I read MBA. You know, MBA is not only I'm a science student. I don't know why I like using business stuff, but if you use if you read MBA, there are related programs that you can apply to. There are courses that you took that are related to other programs. I did molecular biology. I can do biochemistry because I did stuff relating to biochemistry, right? I can do cell biology. I can do all this. So these are stuff that are related. So for example, if I did MBA, so let's so look at what I'm asking AI. There are related programs you can be doing to get in addition to your main program. So um which MS programs can somebody with uh BSc um, business administration, which MS program can somebody with a business administration apply to in the US, which related, I didn't bring because related Uh-huh. Wait, that have assistantship. I think I spelled the assistantship wrong. So you can also do related programs, right? So you did MBA or business administration. You can do MS business administration. That we have schools that can offer. I don't know whether because I'm using premium, it gave me a few schools over here. You can do MS management. This is non-MBA route. This is MS in Human Resource Management, MS in Public Administration. We have schools that have funding in this program. Okay, MS in marketing. So it has given you marketing, MS in marketing, some of the schools, MS in accounts, some of the schools, MS in accounting. So you see all this, so you don't restrict yourself. One thing I've noticed about these school applications, people have restricted themselves to one program. So only one program they are interested in. You don't do it like that. For you to, you have to spread far and wide. You have to spread your wings as far as you can. You can, okay. So it has given us some of the schools, okay. You just pick it. So you can be doing more schools. So you are searching for schools for that are funding in this and the code email. So you'll be doing business administration, you'll be doing HR, you'll be doing MS in public administration. So let's see if this one is true. I mean, when AI gives you, you have to um, verify MPA. So business administration, they offer business administration here, which is not online. So let's see the funding aspect of it. So they have MPA, they have assistantship there. Okay, they have an assistantship there. So as a business student, you are not limiting yourself as a business student or anybody as a nursing student. You can do this same thing for nursing. So if you did political science, what about BSc political science? Let's say if I did political science in Ghana, can I get related programs? So you are not doing only for political science. You can be doing political science and other stuff. So let's see political science. We can get, so you did political science, you can do MPA, which you get schools. Like I checked right now, we have gotten one school. You don't need
Your
to
school is even there.
yeah, my school is my former
Yeah.
school. So MA political science, we have schools that offers MA in international relations and global studies. We have schools that that's it. This one, if you put tell ChatGPT, open a new chat, give me the 50 states, pick the states one by one. MA in international relations. This state, does it have funding? AI will give it to you. Does it have funding? Go through it and check. The ones that have funding, you write it down, get a book, write them down. MA, this school, write them down. Then you do your code emails. Then you, by the time you realize, you have like 7 schools that you can apply to that they are interested in you. MA in sociology with focus on political science studies. You see, MS in sustainability. So your program is not limited to only your program. And talking about school and funding, see, in America, I had the opportunity to talk to. So yes, I'm done with this one. Thank you for reminding me. So I had an opportunity to talk to the technical lead of microbiology at NASA, Sarah Wallace, and I spoke to her. And she was like, we were talking about education stuff and other stuff, and she was like, anytime she hires somebody, she's not even interested in where the person came from. I came from John Hopkins. I came from Harvard. I came from. We are not interested in all those things. Okay, nobody is even interested in where you came. It's about what you have. What are you coming to do? America is about what you can do. Every developed country is about what you can do. It's not about school. That you, well, if you went to school and you can't do anything, what benefit will it do for the person? Okay, so it's not about school. It's about what, when you went to school, what were you doing? What did the system do to you? Are you a transformed human being? Did you come out transformed, or you just came out as a normal person who is bragging about the school you went to? So they don't care about these things. The person I'm talking to was at our lab, Wichita State in Kansas, and the person is now the technical lead of microbiology at NASA. So it's not about school. So where were the Harvard people and the other stuff? It's all about what the school, what you yourself did when you went to school. Forget about school. If you get a school in North Dakota, go to North Dakota. What you will do for yourself is far more important than the school that you went. If you have the CV over there, and somebody went to John Hopkins and the person doesn't have CV, well, you are far better than the person. That is the most important thing I will tell you. If you are doing school application, don't prioritize a school, don't prioritize a state. I see people prioritize, probably if you are prioritizing, maybe you can't stand the cold, so you don't want to really go into the cold states. Yes, the cold states can really get cold because of probably health conditions or something. I understand that, but if you are, you yourself, you're having some strange belief and other stuff, it's not a good idea. It's all about what you personally can do when you go to the school, not the school that you went. I know people that have gone to B schools. I've met people that have gone to B schools, and you see this person doesn't have sense. All the politicians, most of the politicians that are in Ghana, and when they talk, they will tell you I went to this school. When the person speaks, you find out that it's just the person who just went to the school, but the brain and everything doesn't work. It's nothing. The school didn't have any impact on him. He just passed through the school. That's it.
Okay. So your final answer to that question: what should come first, choosing the program or choosing the school? Which should
So
come first?
choose. So regarding the school, so it's not about the school. So if you have gotten, let's say, if you have done your school search, so when you're applying to the school, apply to as many as you can. When you get the good feedbacks, the ones that you apply. So when you get the opportunity, then you yourself, you sit down and think about other factors. I got into this situation. I had 3 4 funding, and I was thinking where I should go. Right, I had one at New York. I had one at this school I've forgotten. And I got one too at my former school where I went. I was just saying now, I was comparing the opportunities I will have after school. I checked. My professor is a big time person. He's doing a research. I am interested. So why don't I go to this school? It's not about the school, the location of the school or something. It's about the opportunities you yourself can get and other stuff. So if you think you are not only John Hopkins or other stuff, if you think you are that type that is really interested in big schools, that is up to you, personal decision. For me, I think the most important thing is your personal benefit over the school. If you think John Hopkins will give you opportunities when you go there, yes, they have the big opportunities. If you think you can get utilize that opportunity for other stuff, then that is the best. But when you are doing the school application itself, don't prioritize any school. Do all schools, because all the big schools can dump you, and that school that you couldn't apply is the one that could have even gotten you over here. So don't prioritize your school until you have gotten admission. Then you yourself have to choose one. Then you choose the best school you think fit your career
Okay.
journey. That's
That
what.
was a that was a good one. Okay. My next question is: how far in advance should prospective applicants prepare? Should it take 1 year? Should it take 2 months? Should it take 5 years? If you can give us some information about that. How far in advance should prospective students or applicants prepare for this graduate school process?
So when it comes to this stuff, I you sh- preparation depends on you. Sometimes you feel like, I remember when I was applying to school. After school, I didn't do any research. I wasn't having any good research experience after school. I remember I was applying to a school, New Mexico University or New Mexico State, one of them. I showed I sent code email. I sent my CV to the person. The program coordinator saw my email and told me my email. He replied and told me that with this my resume, I won't get into the program. So I should go and do 1 year research at a research institution, and I apply to the school again. Yes, those are kind of stuff that happen. So it's not about rushing. Sometimes you have to build yourself up, even if it will take you a year. So in fact, especially when people are going for, I don't know, that thing is like a spirit. You really want to come, and you are forcing yourself to get into it by force. Even if some people know that their deficit is like $50,000, they are going to the embassy. My uncle will pay. They know my uncle cannot pay and other stuff. So what you have to do is sit down, prepare yourself. Even if it will take you 1 year, prepare yourself. Get a very good resume. Get a very good everything. Prepare yourself. Apply once and for all. When it hits, bam, it has hit. That's the best thing. So preparation is individualistic. You yourself, if you think you have met the criteria. If you want a funding, you have to work on yourself on things that will help you to get the funding. So that one, it can take somebody 1 month, somebody a year. About organizing, somebody already has everything. It's all about organizing his resume and other stuff and putting in the application. So that one is individualistic. So some of my friends that I know, I will tell you, those in school, I'll tell you, hey, try to be a GTA or try to go into a research institute or go to a place that will help you to get recommendations and other stuff and other stuff. All these are preparation towards your school application. So you start earlier. So when it gets there, then you just put in your application. You are good to go. Yeah.
Okay. So let's move on to research experience. How will one make sure that even when he or she doesn't have a research experience and that eagerness is there to still come, or let's say the program is not research based, how can one still submit a very good application and land a competitive funding or assistantship? Because we know aside the GTA, the GRA, there are some assistantships like the administrative assistantships,
Yeah.
like the whole assistantships, which those ones doesn't really involve research work,
Yeah.
which you can
So
touch on as well.
that is the G. That is the G aspect. Now, let me start from the research because I came as a GRE.
Okay.
Yes, as I said, I didn't have any research experience when I was coming. Okay. It was only my undergrad. So I didn't have any research experience. So when I spoke to my advisor and I got here and I was speaking to him, he said all that he was looking for is one somebody who was, I mean, he interviewed a lot of people. He said he interviewed two people before me. So all that he needed was one, somebody who was curious and somebody who was really interested in doing the research. Okay. So even if you don't have the research experience and other stuff, they will train you. They will train you how to do stuff. So show some curiosity in whatever thing that you are coming to do. Let them see that you are really interested in the program you are coming to offer or the research you are coming to do. Now, again, these assistantships that these things, if it's not even research or the program, show some curiosity that you are really interested, especially if you are sending like a code email. One of the things I read about this, your paper, recent publication, I read this. They have really a recent publication or other stuff. Or even on their website, they'll tell you what they are currently doing and they give you a general background about the research they are doing. You can read it. Oh, I read about this research and I found out that this research and we can use this research to be doing this. And I'm much more interested because it aligns with my career path or my research interest. These are some of the things. And regarding the assistantships, I have friends who didn't have some of these stuff. I have a friend who didn't have. She got higher education, she got into this higher education and she wasn't having some of the things that we said. She just forged and placed it in the CV that she was a hall assistant. That girl never even, if it wasn't even close to doing school stuff. She was just church oriented. All right. But she placed it in the CV that she was a hall rep, yes, hall rep, and got into higher education, and everything. So this CV and the resume, everything, especially if you are going for interview, you should be able to defend everything that you put into it. If you write something and you can't defend it, don't put it into it. Okay. If you don't have any knowledge about what you place it, please don't put it into it, especially if you are going for interview. They will ask you questions about it. So what you have to do is that if you are going for a position, make sure you develop a resume that aligns with that position. If it doesn't align, don't put it in. So they are if you are going for an example is like residence life, those that are interested, you can put it in. Like my friend, she played it that she was her no floor rep, and this way she said she wasn't the one, it was her friend who was doing that, and she just said she was the one who was doing that, and she used it to get into it. So before you see this assistantship, before you put in your CV application, make sure that you have aligned your resume. If you want to lie, as some of you want to do, if you want to lie, make sure that the lies that you put into it aligns with the graduate assistant position. That is the best thing. That's the only way you can get into it.
Okay. When you were doing your presentation in the slides, the application materials, you made mention of the statement of purpose. So, when writing a good statement of purpose, what are some of the errors or mistakes one has to avoid? Let's say I'm new to this
Yeah.
and I've checked online, I've gotten samples, I've used AI too as well, but I'm trying to put my own thing like together. What are some things I have to avoid so that I don't face rejections?
Yeah, one of the things regarding this SOP, people don't really is putting personal feelings into it and other stuff. I think you don't need to be, you don't need to sound emotional. I read somebody's one and the person was talking about her cancer life and other stuff. She's a cancer patient and other, you see, if only you are writing that, you are putting it to align with what probably you are using experience to talk about how your experience has taught you stuff that aligns with the program. That is the best. But you don't need to be talking about. I mean, we are interested in why you want the program, where you want to be, what your how your background has prepared you for the program. So these are some of the things that, so if you are not, if you have stuff that you are putting in that does not really that hasn't really prepared you for the program, you don't need to put it inside. Or these are some of the things. So make sure everything that you are doing, your past, your present, and where you are going. That is how. So things that you have done in the past that relates to the program, your present, what you are doing right now, and the future, what you want to do, and how will the program help you to fulfill that future, to for you to attain that future. So that is basically SOP. Your past, how your past has helped you, prepared you for the program, presently what you are doing that aligns with the program, and future what you are doing that the program will, after pursuing the program will help you to fulfill it. So if you don't have anything, if anything that you write doesn't align in these three that I've said, then it's not a good SOP. So anything that you write, make sure it aligns with the program. That's the best thing.
Okay. So, still on the statement of purpose or the personal statement, let's say I'm applying to 10 schools. Should I use the same SOP for all these 10 schools if I'm applying to the same program? And
This
after SOP, you can touch on the resume aspect too for
the
the
SOP, the
program and the
SOP.
same schools.
So if you are somebody like me, if like researchers, we that we are doing research, if we are applying to a program, if I'm going to apply for a program, I need to see the research somebody is doing. Then I can relate the research to, for the past it will be the same, the present it will be the same, but the future, so I will link the person's research to what I've done and how I can use that research, what how that research will benefit me in the future, and what I will obtain from it. So even though yes, there are some things that will be constant, but you have to read some petty stuff that will make it um, perfect. So if I meet somebody who is doing the same thing, I will just edit and send the same stuff to it. But you have to read. You have to read. You don't just write SOP. SOP is very it's an art of writing, right? You have to read what the person is doing. If it is research based, you have to read what the person is doing. Or if the department is not research based, if they are doing stuff that is not research based, that is GTA. Look at what the program seek to achieve. So there are things that they prioritize on the program's website. Make sure you bring those things in. So you just be editing a CV, but not a major edit. It's just few SOP. It's just few things that you'll be editing. And talking about the resume, there are some stuff like somebody is doing research that I don't have it in my research interest. I have to clear some other ones off and I put it in there. So it's all about reading. School application is about reading and finding time for yourself. You read and you find time. If I find this professor that his research interest aligns with mine, I have to edit my CV small, maybe some research experience or some research interest I don't have. I put it in there. Then I go and my even my code email, I change the way, I mean, we'll do AI. I will show you all this. I just make his research align with mine, then I push it to him. That's the best thing.
Okay. So, but before ensuring that that research aligns with yours, it simply means that you have to visit the department website
Website.
and look at the
Exactly.
profile of that particular prospective
Yeah.
professor or
Yes.
supervisor.
So we that we are into the research field, you normally they tell you which professor are you interested in working with, so you have to check it because you put it in your SOP and even in the code email. I mean, we'll show you. And you have
Okay.
to get a professor and you have to link the research of the professor to where you are going and how that research will benefit you. That is the importance, and how the research will help you attain to where you want to go. I want to be um, a senior scientist. I want to be business administrator. How will that professor you want to work with, or even if it's not a professor, like a course, so this course exposes you to maybe mathematical modeling and this thing and this thing. How will that mathematical program and other stuff help you to obtain what you want to be? So it's not only about research, other ones to also count. That's how it is.
Okay. If you are listening to us now, we are still live and we have over 250 people watching us now. Continue to share the link and remember to go on our YouTube page, the Delali Network, and subscribe. Tio, before we continue to the next question, I'll be very glad if you can share your screen and demonstrate to our listeners and viewers how they can be able to identify departmental or professors' research interests. If you can share your
Oh,
screen, it'll
so
be very nice for our listeners and viewers.
professors research, they list it over there on their department website. I don't know. See. Let me see if I can get so research and faculty. So see, it looks like this program is even a research based program. Let me see their
I think
website.
that's MBA. That's an MBA program.
And yeah, MBA, they can, yes, there are MBAs that do research. I've seen some before. Let me see. Let me see if I've seen an MBA that they are doing scholarship research before. So um, let me see. I don't know. I don't know. I don't
Since you're
know.
familiar with
This
your school's
undergrad,
website, why don't you just use your school?
my former school.
Yeah, your former school. You don't have your
My former,
certificate, so you are still a student.
right, right now I'm done. I'm done. Right now I'm not doing any research
Okay,
again.
okay.
Okay. Let me just use. Oh, my advisor's own is there. So yeah. So when you, so this is what I did. Let me make it easier. So if I know the school, right? So I know the school. This is how I do my stuff. I don't really go um so my school, and I know the program biological sciences, then I type in faculty list. So sometimes some of the schools it's very difficult for you to see their faculty list. So it just take me to the directory straight up.
That's like a shortcut for you.
Shortcut for you, don't need to even go and be reading about everything. It just take you to the faculty page. The website, I don't know whether it's down or what.
I
Yes.
think it's loading. Yeah.
Okay. So there is it. Okay. So yes. So there's the research. So this person does cancer biology, molecular endocrinology, and other stuff. So this is how to know the research interest of professor professors. Okay. So that's how it goes. So this is it. Then you come and send them an email. I'm
So I
interested
think
in research
there's
or
an
something.
arrow there as well. When you click on the arrow, I think we can get more
Yeah,
information about.
this one will take you to.
Yeah.
This is my former advisor. He doesn't have fun. He's retiring, so I can show
Oh,
him.
okay. Okay. Okay.
So yeah, he's retiring. He's tired of doing research. So this the research, his expertise, and this is what he does. Okay, so he does math stuff. We do astrobiology research and other stuff. So this what he does. Okay. So this when you come and read about his research, then you read and you tell him you are interested in his research and other stuff. So this is how to know the research interest of a professor, This one does molecular biology of plants, so you go to his this is his expertise. So this when you read about him, he or she, oh, so I read about this thing, and and I'm interested in this kind of research because it will help me to do this, and I'll gain these skills and other stuff from this research, and it will help us to study these things, and these things. That's how we do stuff. Okay, so
So their areas of teaching interest is also there.
yeah,
Okay.
so everything is there for you. So if you don't know, I don't know, I like
So let's say you are
let me
applying for a research
let me
based program. That is
so let
your research interest will change depending on the schools you
me
are applying
see
to.
it. Electrical engineering
Okay.
faculty list. You can, I don't know whether it's true. I'm just typing in. Yeah, they have faculty list for ECCCCC and other stuff. Faculty list.
Okay.
The faculty are there. Some of them you just have to tap on it before. So he has his own research lab.
Research
It
website.
takes you to
Okay.
his research lab. That's what he's doing. Yeah, his personal website. So that's how it is. Just know the department you are going. This electrical engineering and computer science department. You just click on it and it takes you there. That's how they do you do it. So just as simple as that. So maybe University of Northern Iowa MBA faculty list. I'm just typing anything. So yes, it has taken you to University of Northern Iowa MBA faculty list stuff. We just continue with whatever thing that they are doing. So this faculty and what they are doing. So yeah, so let me check about this school. So see, they have graduate. So this is an example of what I said. So they have MBA graduate assistantship. Interesting. So this how this school sponsors students. They are MBA students. So they have graduate assistantship. It's not like the normal GT and other stuff. Position details. So these are your duties as an MBA, and the term you, so 20 hours. They give 20 hours or 10 hours. Okay, so target the 20 hours. Now, so application received by February 1st, 2025. That was last year or something. So
Yeah.
you
I think
see
they are
how,
yet to update the website.
yeah, so to apply for the assistantship, you have to pick this one. So some of them you have to apply for the assistantship, some is different. So all these things you have to know. So you say they have application form and other stuff. Qualify your qualification, you have to have a GPA of 3.0 and above and other stuff. Eligible for I-9, you have to be working. So this is how much they will give you, $3,000 for 10 hours and $6,000. So it depends. Some of the schools can pay you 10,000. This is paying 6,000. State dependent. This Iowa is not that popular, and that living expenses is not really high. So it's a good. So you not work or doing holidays and other stuff, and their spouse may qualify. So they pay twice a week. Your stipend comes to every 2 weeks and other stuff. So yeah, so that's how it is. That's how it is. So MB, if you are going to apply for MBA, look at this school. They have funding for their staff. All that is your code emailing. You do your code emailing work, and you'll be fine.
Okay.
Yep.
There are instances where, please, if you have any question, you can kindly leave it on X, on YouTube, and on Facebook. I can see it here. I'll read it out to our guest person, then he will attend to your questions. Also, I'll be sharing the link very soon so that you join us live and ask our guests your question. Any pressing question that you want him to answer, you just join us live. We'll give you the opportunity. You talk to him and ask him your questions so that he can respond. So just stay tuned for that. Okay, talking about the entries, which one will you advise one to go for and why?
Port of entry.
No, the entries for admission when you are doing application. Which entry should you target? Like the academic terms. Should
I
you
don't know.
target spring? Should you target summer? Should you target fall?
Oh, the entries. Oh, okay. So yeah, I think I said it that if you are applying to schools, the the academic calendar of most US schools starts in the fall. So your best shot is in the fall. That is when they give most, and some of the programs they only give funding only in the fall, and some admissions only in the fall. So your best shot is this fall, this application season that is coming. Put in your application within this period, because spring it will be very difficult for you to, especially in this situation where funding is very scarce under my father Trump. So for put all your energy into fall application, and that will be the best. That will be there. Although some people get funding within the spring, but it's very difficult for you to get spring. It's easier for you to get in the fall than spring, to be honest. So put your application within this fall. Make sure you try hard to get admission and funding within this fall. Now, and some programs you never, like higher education, it's unlikely for you to get a substantial um, for what's it called for spring, because it's a position, so they give the position for somebody for 1 year contract, that 9 months contract. So try and put your eggs in for that's the best.
Okay. So there is a question here. Let me just project it. Giselle Ranson is asking, "Hi, please. I have an HND with 3.7 CGPA. Can I apply for master's program to some universities? Can you take that away?"
Your GPA is good though, over 4.0. No be so. You're a first class student. You can apply. I mean, if you join earlier, now you know how to search for schools. Okay, so we'll be join sections like share with your friends and share my brother's page with your friends and other stuff. Join these sections. The more we've started, right? So now you know how to search for schools. Your GPA is a very good GPA. Wapa me ho koraa, the gap you've given me is too much. Okay, you have a very good GPA. All that they need is somebody with a GPA of 3.0 and above. So for masters, you can even get straight PhD with this. And let me tell you, people, straight PhD is possible if you have a very good GPA like yours and a good resume. You can get straight PhD. You have plenty of people. Salom, um, Ernest. We have so many friends. I have so many friends that have straight PhD. That are doing straight PhD. So you can easily get. All that you need to do is take your code emailing serious. Ernest will come and teach you guys about code emailing and other stuff. But I just gave something small, and we will use AI. Next session we'll use AI to be doing this code emailing and other stuff. So yes, your GPA is far enough to even get you into PhD, not even just masters. You have a very good GPA. All that you need to do is get a very good resume. Look at the resume we projected. Do a very good resume of yours. If you don't have a good resume, just put in some few things to make it nice. Don't exaggerate. Make it moderate so that when it's time for you to even defend, you can even defend yourself. That's what I will tell you. So yes, you can do it. And you know how to set for schools now. Yeah.
Okay. There's another question here from our own brother, Kweku Raymond, your
Between
boss.
between West and Spatra, which one would you recommend and why? I recommend West. I did West, right? I did West. What I've read, West is expensive, but what I know is West it increases GPA. One of the benefits of West is it increases GPA. Most of the people that have done West, they tell me their GPA increase. It's only few people that they told me their GPA even decline, which I normally hear of Spantran. Some of the people the GPA doesn't even increase, and it will even decline. It will even reduce for the evaluation. So for evaluation, I will tell you do West. Spantran is cheaper. But for me, I feel like West is good. To be honest, I feel like West is good. I mean, if they are all we call it NECS or something members. They are both members, so why not? Just if Spantran, if you don't have money to do West, then do the Spantran. But if you have money, do West. That's what I would tell you. West increases GP.
Any idea about how much it costs and which one should we do? Should we do the course by course? Should we do the West ICAP?
Yeah,
If you
so
could throw more
if
light
you're
on
doing
it.
yes, so ICAP is the same as course by course evaluation
Yeah.
always. So when you are doing school application, when you go to west.org, okay, I don't know if I so it's west.org. I don't mine will open because uh I did evaluation. So mine will open. Okay. So get an evaluation. So you start from here, then you put in your information. So you are going to school at US. Then you start putting in your stuff. Then this registration and other stuff. I mean, just when you are about to set up. Then when you get to a place, you select ICAP. It's caused by course evaluation. Select that one. This one need to log in into my, and you people will see my 1.1 GPA.
Okay, so thanks for that clarification. Another
Yes.
question is all those backstage, I can see you. I'll be adding you live very soon. So just hold on for me. Let me just take this question again so that I allow you guys to come on live. So Matthias Donko is asking, can one apply for a research-based program if they do not have any published journal or research work?
Matthias, I'm just like you. I even up to now I don't even have publication, right? Even up to now I don't have publication. I well after school I never did anything research. But that's what I was saying. My advisor was much more interested in curiosity. Be curious. That's especially if you're a scientist. If you want to be a science student or if you want to enter into research, it's all about curiosity. Be curious and you'll be fine. Okay, all that you need to do is show interest in the research. You can get into. I know nothing about astrobiology, right? Yet I came to do astrobiology research. I know nothing. In fact, I don't know anybody in Ghana who is doing astrobiology research. I no Nobody has even done astrobiology research in Ghana before. Nobody is interested in mass. But I came here to do mass research as a GRA, depending on NASA for them to feed me. So it's all about showing interest. Be curious. Tell them you are interested. Show that you are really interested. So before then, my professor, I will go and read one of his papers and ask him question. Hey, I read this paper. So what do you think about this? So it's all part of the curiosity. All right. So I'm just like you. Okay. So you'll be fine. All that you need to do is take the code emailing serious. I sent code emails. I sent numerous until one hit. Bam. That's how it works. Okay. So don't give up if they don't reply you, they don't do anything. Sometimes they don't reply you. I realize that if they don't reply, sometimes go into their junk. Send a reminder. Send a reminder to them. That would be the
And I
best.
think that the timing is also important, the timing
Yes.
of sending the email.
And the timing of you send the email is also check the time, office hours, then you send it. If like 1 month they've not replied you, then you send a reminder to them. That's how we go about it. Sometimes if you have with the code email, what I will tell you is if you have a student email, use that one because I have instances Ghanaians sent me message. Later I realized it went into my junk because it's coming from gmail.com and other stuff. It went into my junk. Then I saw messages over there. So if you have student email, I will tell you to use that one rather than even the gmail.com because it goes into junk.
Okay. So I've shared the link on our various platforms. That is on YouTube, on X, on Facebook. You can join us live and ask your question. Our guest will respond. So Ima, you can kindly unmute yourself and turn on your camera and ask your question. You are live currently, Ima. Ima. Okay, since Ima is not ready, let me move on to the next person. That is Joseph. Joseph, you are live currently. You can unmute yourself and also turn on your camera and ask your question. You're live on the Delali network on all our three platforms. Joseph, some of our people too, they are anti-IT, so okay, so Joseph is also not ready. Let me give the opportunity to Kwejo. Kwejo, you are live on the Delali network. Just turn on your camera, unmute yourself, and ask your question, Kwejo. Kwejo.
Koje is also not ready.
Okay, I think they are all having challenges. I'm putting
All
you
right.
backstage. Anytime you're ready, just turn on your camera and I'll see you so that I can add you back so that you can ask your question. Anytime you're ready, just turn on your camera. Okay, Solomon is ready here. Solo, Solomon, Solomon, I just saw you unmuted.
Hello.
Yeah, so you can proceed and ask your
Yeah,
question. You are live on the Delali
yeah,
network.
Tio and Dela. Yeah, Tio and Dela, how are you? You are at that panel.
We are doing very well.
Hello, can you hear me?
We can hear you loud and clear.
Oh, okay, okay. Fortunately, I've been able to secure an admission to Northeastern University with a scholarship of about 99% or so. So I've applied for the I-20 and I'm waiting to receive it, and I'll use it to do the visa application. But
Solomon,
when I
continue. We
was
can hear you.
Ghana cedis, and my one I used about 47 Ghana cedi 47,000 Ghana cedis. But with my statement, I didn't go for the visa statement because
I think we are having challenges with.
Yeah, I think it's network. Let's give him
I,
some
I,
time.
I I can see somebody is asking, can you include your voice evaluated transcript in the code email to a professor together with your CV?
Let me
Yes,
project that.
obviously. Yes, you should do that. Okay. When you are sending code emails, you can add the evaluated and the other one to it. Okay, to them. For me, if you take the other one, the GPA is low, you just use only the evaluated one, you send it to them. That will be the best. The evaluated one is now your official transcript that you can use. There are some schools that do not take evaluation, but most schools, if you use the evaluation, they will take it. So you can forget about the Ghana one. If your GPA has increased, then you use the evaluated one to continue. That will be the best. That's what I think.
Okay, so Chandam, I don't know which country you're coming from, um,
Yeah, hello, sir.
or Indian.
Yes, I am from India. I'm glad that
Indian.
you're able to say that. Um, so really
So you're
happy to
live. You
have
can
this
you can ask your
opportunity.
question. Yeah, you are live. You can ask your question.
Yes. So I'm actually a college student at Indian Institute of Technology, IIT. So it's one of the prestigious institutes in my country.
Yeah.
Okay.
But now I'm thinking of to apply as a transfer student to some top universities abroad.
So which level are you?
Sorry, sir.
Which level are you, an undergrad or masters?
Yeah, currently I'm an undergrad in
Yeah.
my sophomore year, but I want to transfer into my undergrad again to some top universities there.
Oh, okay. So you can pay, right? You can pay, right?
Yeah.
The tuition you can pay.
No, I mean, it's actually very highly financial burden to my
Yeah.
family as well
So
to afford them.
yes. So what I would admonish you is, since you are in your sophomore, why don't you complete it in India? Then you transfer. Then you use graduate school to come over here. That would be the best. Then you get funding and you won't pay anything. What do you think
Yeah, that
about that
was
one?
one of the options which I was thinking of before. But I mean, for an undergrad, especially as I was saying that these presently the school I'm in, which IITs are the prestigious institutes here in my country. But currently, my majors is not in computer science, which I really want to pursue. So for that reason, it drives me to shift to another
Okay.
institute.
So since financial burden is a problem, why don't you take SAT? If you
Yeah.
take SAT and
SAT,
you get
yes, I've taken SAT. I've scored around 1540 in my recent SAT, 800 on mathematics, and the rest and
15 for the is
Out
good.
yes,
of out of 1,600.
yes, out of 1600.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, it's good. What I will admonish you is that don't only target the big schools. Okay. There are so many big schools. I have Indians all over. I have friends that are really. It's don't only target the big schools, especially trying to enter. Try the big and the smaller schools. When you are done, you can go into the big schools when you want. Okay, so what you have to do is we have program coordinators. Okay, so if which program you said computer science, right?
Yes, a bachelor's in
Yeah.
computer science is what I'm looking
So
for.
yeah, so a bachelor's in computer science. So if you go to let's pick like computer science, um, um, like university computer science, right? If you go to I'm using one school as an example, so you go to the computer science department, then you go to the faculty list, okay, then you look for the program coordinator, then you email the person that, hey, I have this, do you? So they have undergrad programs also there, okay, and other stuff. So this is it. All right, so what do you have to do is search for the program coordinator. um where should the program coordinator be? Finding this program coordinator sometimes can be for oh, so this is what I do. Computer science faculty list, simple. They've come. Nice, yes. That's not what the website is now. What looks like the website is
I know
down.
one school which I can recommend to him. I know about 2 Ghanaians there who are fully
Yes.
funded
So
undergraduates.
yeah. So yeah, I have a friend there. I can link you up to Solomon. Solomon to also
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
as AM.
I think
Solomon too
Alabama
is
AMM University in
Alabama.
Huntsville.
Yeah. I
So
can link
you
you up
can
to
check that
Solomon.
school for him and the program as well, so that
Yeah.
he
So
he
you
will
see this
look at
thing,
that school.
graduate coordinator. This even the graduate coordinator or something, but you can this for graduates. I'm looking for program coordinator or something. We don't have the program coordinator there. This for graduate. I mean, you can email this person. So you can email this person that you are interested in the bachelor's and other stuff, and you have this. So when you introduce yourself, your professor and associate chair. This is an associate chair, but yeah, but you can even email this person to as chair of the program, that you are interested in the program and you want this and you want that and other stuff, you see, then you tell the person that you are interested in the program. Do they have funding, especially since you have, so you have to make sure they have funding for your program, and they will give you information about the funding, whether it covers full tuition or not full tuition or those stuff. There are so many schools. Okay, so probably start you link him up with one of our guys and we see how
So
to handle it.
have you seen the how did you join us on Facebook or on YouTube?
YouTube, sir. I was just,
Okay.
curious about looking for all these
So
opportunities.
I'm
And
sharing my
glad
email
that
with
I
you
found
now.
it.
I'm sharing my email with you. Shoot me
Yes, sir.
an email and we'll
Yes,
take
sir.
it from there.
Yeah.
Have you heard of the common app before?
Yes, I've just registered in it. I still have
Yeah.
to start with my applications in that.
Okay. I'm sending
So
you my
even
email now.
regarding this, I've also very good extracurriculars. I'm a national level athlete in sprinting. So I'm a 100-meter runner. And I also have two of my own startups. I'm a web developer. I've made more than 50 plus websites as a
So
freelance web developer.
what basically you have to do is you have to get a very good resume. Put it on your resume, right?
Yes.
So I don't know. My friend will share the Telegram page link or something. You see, go to the pin message. You find the resume, put everything inside, follow the format, and develop a good resume. Then add your transcripts or something, or shoot them an email, or add your stuff to them, shoot them an email. If they have the funding available, there are so many schools. So you know how to search for schools using ChatGPT, undergrads, right? Search for so many schools, shoot them an email. You get a lot of people that are interested in working with you. Then you can
Yes.
use your bachelors to come over here. Okay.
Definitely.
I
And
just left my
yeah,
email in the comment section. I don't know if you can find it. The Delali Network
Yes,
on
sir.
YouTube.
Yes, sir. You have shared me your email.
Yeah.
And
So
should I send my
just
resume over here?
So just shoot me an email. Let me know you are
Shoot
the
him an
one.
email. Yeah, we
We'll get
have
in
some
touch.
friends doing undergrad. They too, they took SAT and they are,
Yeah, they took their city, so I'll just link you with them, and
yeah,
you have a very good score, and you should be able to get
for family.
full funding or either 90 or 95% funding. It's doable applying to some of the colleges. So just send an
Definitely.
email and we'll take it from there. Okay.
Yes, sir. Happy to know that. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I'm seeing a question over here.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
So
Thanks, sir.
Ekuya Sancho Akoto. Slide. I don't know if you can project
okay, let me
that.
just project it. Yeah, I've
Yeah.
projected it.
So she's asking, she's a new and she wants assistance with bachelors. So you just use the ChatGPT, okay? Just as put it into ChatGPT, do the state by state, just as we did, okay? Just tell ChatGPT. Most of there's bachelors. Most of the schools will not even take um, the IELTS and other stuff. Okay, so go to your ChatGPT like this. Okay, so put it in the same question. Can you assist me with schools that do not accept IELTS in US for BS? See, it will give you plenty. So it's ChatGPT.ai. See, AI is the game changer. See, my foodie school came first. My former school, they may waive. This one is not constant. They said they may waive. My school doesn't really waive IELTS and other stuff, but South Dakota and other stuff, all these schools will waive for you. If you are not okay, tell it to give me more. My former school came in, so it can give you more. Or better still, for me, I do it. Tell it to do it state by state, so that it can give you more, or you can just do it state by state. Then what about Alabama state? Then you do it state by state, so that Alabama state, yeah, Alabama state, yeah. You do it state by state, and it will give you all the schools. Okay, so that is it. So no, half of school searching, it shouldn't be anybody's any problem. So Alabama, it's not mandatory. If no, so that's it. Okay, for bachelors and other stuff. So so put it into your own AI. AI will do it for you. Okay.
Okay. So those backstage, please just turn on your camera so that I know you are ready. Then I can add you on stage to ask your question. I can see Abbas has turned on his camera, so I'm adding him on stage now. Abbas, you are live on the Delali network. You can introduce yourself and proceed to ask your question.
Okay, sorry for that. I'm in my village, so pardon me if the background is not good.
That's fine, no problem.
Okay, I have a little challenge, so I want to see if you can address it for me.
Okay.
I had a HND in IT. I completed the year 2021. So from there, I was very good at networking, computer networking. So after national service, I started doing computer networking. I established my own 1 or 2 IT firms where I ran my personal business. So I made a research and I wanted to further up my education. So I was interested in further up my interest in US. So I did a transcript evaluation by WES. So I applied to a school in Ohio, that's University of Akron. So I get the admission, and then the funding was quite difficult. It was just a merit scholarship that was given to me. So upon deliberations with my family members, they said, okay, no problem, they can finance it. And I made extensive research and I realized I'm 29 years old age now. And colleagues are saying my age going for interview, undergrads with my age, I might be denied. So I was like, I myself, I also tried doing masters, but then schools that I was interested do not accept 3 years diploma in HND for masters. So I said, let me go for undergrad so I'll get more knowledge and experience in software engineering. So probably my interview will be on next month, 16th or 15th August. So I was like a little bit worried. my age going for undergrad, I would be denied. So I wanted to see how will I address this. That is my problem right now because I'm preparing gradually for the interview.
Do you have the money to pay for undergrads if they give you the visa?
Yeah, my uncle can finance it, and I also save my uncle can pay.
How much does he have?
When you take the merit scholarship out of it, the school fee,
No, I'm
the
talking about
tuition
your
fee.
uncle.
My uncle,
His bank statement.
his bank statement, that's $80,000.
$80,000.
Yeah,
Okay. But 29 years, yeah, it sometimes can raise suspicions though. But
yeah,
all that you can do is to prove why your uncle can pay. And one of the things I can also tell you is that don't even be worried if you go and it doesn't go well. What I will tell you is that since you know his diploma and they are not taking it, why don't you top up in Ghana? Then you use it for masters. That's why I said for preparation. And when Sly asked me, I said for preparation for school application, it depends on the person. You can use 3 years to prepare, then you hit it once and for all. Okay, so
yeah,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying? And
yeah.
the situation with people that have BSc diploma, the US schools, they want somebody who has gone for degree for 4 years. Okay,
Yes,
the
so
way they
yeah,
will fund you, just as I said, the funding is through GTA, GRA, and GA. So GA, GTA, they all require 3.0 GPA, and those that have completed 4 years stuff. So if you apply, the funding aspect is out. So the aspect that you can get is the merit base and other stuff. So for me, what I would admonish you is that um you probably top up in Ghana. Then you can use a graduate to enter. That will be your best shot. Then once you are topping up, make sure you get a very good GPA. If you get a very good GPA, you are done with the school application. Then you put it in. But in as much as all that you need to go and do is prove that your uncle can pay. If you prove that your uncle can pay, you can get the visa.
oh, okay. So what of I be using a business statement, his business account?
Yeah, you can use his business account. It's nothing.
Okay,
Okay.
And the cost of tuition, living when you take out the merit scholarship, is that's somewhere
You are
35.
going to Ohio. This is
Oh,
not
Ohio.
Akron. This is not where LeBron James was born. Akron.
Yeah, University
Yes.
of Akron.
Yeah, Akron. That's where LeBron James and Steph Curry were born. Yeah, you are
Yeah,
going there. Yeah, so the
yeah.
living expense. But you said your uncle can pay. Is it you who said your uncle can pay right now? But you are
But
not talking about the money.
no, my problem is not about the payment too.
Is
My uncle is really is very supportive. He can finance he has been financing my education to date.
okay.
Uh-huh. But the problem is I wanted his personal bank statement,
Mhm,
and he's not around. So probably he's in Dubai now. So probably what I have is the business statement.
mhm.
So and then the closing balance was $80,000, and then the cost of attendance. When you take the merit scholarships, that's $35,000.
And it's twice. All that you need to do is go and tell them your uncle can pay. It's as simple as that. Prove
Oh,
that
okay.
prove that
Convincingly,
yeah,
convincingly.
prove that your uncle can pay. He has the money, and you have the bank statement to show to. That's it. And that's
Uh, okay. I myself, like, all those my colleagues have discussed my ASOS, like I feel very
you can get it.
intimidated.
We had a woman, I don't know, 45 years old woman, or almost her 40. She got it. That last year, that woman, she herself, she wasn't even the one who is paying. She has two kids with her husband. She got the visa. So all that you need to do is go
Okay,
with
so
confidence. Go
okay,
with confidence.
probably next month I'll be going for the interview.
Yeah, so go with confidence and trust your story. That's as simple as that. Okay.
Okay, no problem, no
Okay.
Don't
problem.
listen to people. Ebefa.
Okay. God day.
So
Yeah.
Abbas, I'm taking you off now because we have other people on standby.
Okay.
I have this question. Somebody is saying I have is it Porsche? So
What's the question there? Let me just have a look at it.
I have a
Okay.
2.02.
So before you take the question, those who are still backstage and want to join us live and ask your question, I've seen you all, but before I know you are ready, kindly turn on your camera before I know you are ready so that once we are done answering the question, I can bring you on stage to ask your question. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so he says he has a 2.0 GPA. You know, computer science is very competitive, right? So your GPA of 2.0, what I will tell you is go and write GRE. You can get into masters 2.0 self. It will be very hard for you to get into masters. But what I will tell you is that study GRE, pass it, and use the GRE as an excuse. Then you can get into masters and PhD programs with funding. Okay, that's the advice I have for you. Because the GPA is, I think, lower, second class lower, I guess. So push it up to upper, or I don't know whether it's lower or even third class or something. So take the GRE. That will be your best shot. Okay.
Okay. So let me add.
So
Let me
somebody
see.
is asking, what documents and step by step do you need? Well, we've done that. You're a business comment, so when the section ends, okay, start everything all over. Go and start. So you didn't come early. From the look of things, it looks like you didn't come. So we started with the section, these things and other stuff. And Sly has will post the Telegram page link. If you're not on the Telegram page, go and join. Go and watch videos and other stuff, pin messages, business student. There are videos over there that will help you to get funded. Okay, so go and watch videos over there and you'll be fine. Okay, Constant.
Okay. So Jake, kindly unmute your microphone and turn on your camera so that you can ask your question. You are live now. So kindly do that. Please, those on standby, Teresa, Ima, there's one person with no name. I can see you all, but I can only know that you are ready if you turn on your camera so that we can add you on stage live to ask your question. Jake, okay, since Jake is not ready, let me bring Ima. Ima, you can go ahead and ask your question. Okay, let me add Jake back. Jake, you can proceed and ask your question. Just turn on your microphone now. Yeah, you can turn on your microphone now, Jake. Jake or Ima, both of you are live. Any of you that wants to ask your question, just turn on your microphone and proceed and ask your question. Okay. Since they are all not ready, let's continue with our questions. So, in all that we've said, there are still instances where people do like most of the right thing and they say, oh, for this particular school, these 2 or 3 schools, I must get in. By the end of the day, they get a denial or they get a rejection, but they get admission into other schools which they might not get funded. So, how can one bounce back after getting a rejection in this school application process? Sometimes people say, oh, I've wasted my time, my resources, I want to give up. How can they bounce back? What words of encouragement do you have?
You're asking something I personally went through. See, I'm that one type, you know me. I just say things as it is. I'm very honest. Okay. All these people that are on the social media apply to school. I do this. I got 5 PhD. I got 5. They are lying. They got rejections. All of them got massive rejections. They don't tell you the truth. Anybody who tells you apply to school, let me apply to the school for you and you get funding, the person is a liar. You are not, the person is not a program coordinator to give you funding. Okay, even me, I've gotten rejections. I got rejection more than approval. Let nobody lie to you, irrespective of who you are. You get rejections. Okay, it's part of the process. Schools will reject you. Some of the schools they just need like 5 students. They will reject you. Okay, but what you have to do is that know that it's part of the process and you have to get used to it. That is the best thing. Okay, so what you have to do is you have to improve yourself yearly. If you are going for the next year application, that means that you have a better resume, you have a better story right now to tell that will get you into it. Okay, so all these people, I got into New York school, I had 5 rejections, I got it. You didn't do anything special than anybody's. This school application sometimes is by luck. Me like this, I will tell you is by grace, because there is no way I wasn't having any research experience, yet I was fully funded on a NASA grant. I don't have any risk. So this one, I don't even need to brag about it. If it was people that got it, we have people that have social media type that they want to brag about stuff. The quiet type of us that do stuff. But if you are the social media type and they want to brag about this, they can brag about it. But sometimes it's not even because you did something special. You sent an email with NFI and it worked out for you. You didn't do anything special. That's what people have to know. So we that we are here, myself, I didn't do anything special. It's just by luck. Then I sent an email and the professor was already in need of a student, and those 2 students he didn't like them. Then so people were even after me before I even came. So I don't need to even brag about it. Me, I was like third choice. So we are not doing anything special. Some of you are better. I know people that have better resume, better academic CV, better GPA, first class. They are still in Ghana. It is the upper and the second class that are coming. Okay, so it's irrespective of that. So make sure if it doesn't work for you, don't be too hard on yourself. So these things sometimes it doesn't work. All that you need to do is make sure next time you are doing the right thing, obeying instructions. They are saying 2 pages CV, you send 2 pages CV, 1 page SOP, you send 1 page SOP, and hope that whatever you believe in, whether you believe in God, you believe in spirit, or anything, will help you get it. Don't be too hard on yourself. We've all faced these things before. You go for interview, they deny you. Like the case of Ike, he has gone for this. This is his fourth time going for
Oh,
interview.
yeah, all time.
Fourth time. First time,
And Canada rejection too. He has 2 Canada rejections.
you see, all these things is because he sat down, did the right thing, and he had overfunding this time around. You see this thing. So sometimes the rejection is also to help you prepare very well so that you put in the right thing. And he has overfunding now. Okay, so let's not that discourage you. When you are going through, when you have done one and you have been faced with rejection, what you have to do is sit down, work on yourself, go back again, and hope for the best, and the best will come. We have all faced the denial. Me, I faced denial last year. I faced denial. Everybody is facing. Don't let those people on social media lie to you. Life is not magic. We are all facing denials. We are all facing challenges. We are all going through emotions that you go through and everything. We are not that special. I'm not that special from you. It's as simple as that.
Okay, Jake, I noticed you were ready, so I've added you back on stage. You can just unmute your mic and ask your question now. Jake.
Hello.
Yeah, hello, Jake. We can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, thank you. So, Jake, I wanted to ask to your question. I was looking at applying to Wichita State. Yeah, and
Wichita here. What's up?
So I have a degree in agricultural engineering. I was looking at furthering in mechanical engineering.
So relax. So when it comes to these schools and other stuff, okay, what I will tell you is that it's not about I want to come to this school. You spread your wings as far as you can. So it's all about the code emailing. Send code emails to program coordinators and other stuff. Based on the feedback you get, that is when, and especially within this period that funding has been cut. Some of the schools probably they have funding last year. This year they won't get funded. There are no schools. I know a professor that told me that they are not even taking international students for 2026. And I know even a professor told me the department is even full for 2026. They are not picking any students at all. So it's not about I want to go to this school. It's about the feedbacks you get from professors and program coordinators that will make you apply. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So don't make it straight that I want to apply to Wichita. They don't even have money. They are even owing and other stuff. Don't worry yourself. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's all about the email you send. So if you send an email to program coordinators and potential faculty you want to work with, and they give you a very good feedback, then you put in your application. That's what I would tell you. Don't make it
Yeah.
that you want to apply to that
So
school.
okay, so it's actually one of the schools I was considering. I reached out to the program coordinator. He encouraged me to apply, but I wanted I wanted assurance on the GT. He was just like I should go ahead and apply. I should put in my best
Yeah,
attempt.
ask you can go and ask further questions regarding the program, your research. Do you need to ask her about the research? You are interested in this research and you've seen this professor is also doing research. You need to get in touch with that professor and other stuff. Ask academic questions, then you hit her with the funding. The funding should be the later thing. So you catch the person. So you know one thing I was able to get my professor. We were just talking science, so we were talking about his research and other stuff. Later, he himself even introduced the funding to me.
Okay.
That is one trick that people don't know. If you go straight to funding, they know you are interested in the funding. Just hit academic stuff. When you hit it and they know that you are really interested in the program, bam, they will give you the funding. The funding is the last part, and that one after you are done talking about the program, the research, and other stuff, then you hit it with the funding. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. You're
Okay,
welcome.
Jake. So I'm taking you off now so that I bring another person.
All right. Thank you.
Teresa, I can see you behind the stage, but you are not connected. Okay, you are connected now. So
Yes.
Teresa, you can proceed and ask your question. You are live on the
Okay.
Delali.
Please, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, please, I hope all is well.
By the grace, all is well. What about you?
By the grace of God, I'm blessed too.
Okay.
Then, please, I have question. The question is about my concern about coming back home. I got admission at University of Lynchburg.
Okay.
Undergrad, yes, undergrad for 4 years. And right now I don't have dates, and I'm still looking for dates. I'm just praying that everything will be successful. Then concerning about that, I get little confused about if they ask me, because it is my intention to come back home because my program is about law. I'm going to study law. If after 4 years I want to come back home, then if the visa officer asks me, I will be coming back home. Yes. But I don't know how I go about it because it is one of my highest by coming back home to write Macaulay examination. So I don't know how to go about it.
So we are basically talking about home ties. How to convince the visa officer that you are surely going to come back after your program.
Yes.
Even though you and I know you might not return after your program. That's just by the way.
There be not slide out, so it is one of my intent. Yes, it is one.
Don't mind me. Okay, Theo, you can take that question and
so you want something to tell the viewer that you come back home and take up you come back.
Yeah, Maka.
You come back. Yeah. It's one home tie, and you want to be probably you have something that you want to set up, maybe your law firm, and you'll be dealing with maybe domestic violence or something. That's just for America. You just say it with your mouth. Okay. Yes.
Okay.
America, you don't put like Canada that you have to submit documents, and you just say it with your mouth that you want to do this, you want to do that. So that is how it works. Okay.
Yeah. I just want to know it is strong answer for it.
Yeah, you want to come back. So after school, you want to come back, take up go to Makola, do this thing so that you can progress. Then you want to start a law firm where you'll be taking care of domestic violence and other stuff. That's what you can do. And if I may ask, when did you graduate?
Yes, I completed 2020. Then I bought awaiting for For my
SHS.
first degree in University of Cape Coast.
So
And
are you done with degree?
Yes, and I'm currently doing
So
my service with a different department.
Which program did you offer?
Yeah, that is Bachelor of Education, Social Studies.
Social Studies. And
yes,
you want to
minor.
do
Yes.
So Bachelor of Education, you minored in.
Minor was economics, and major was geography.
So what is your major?
Major is geography.
So you did education with a major in
geography, minor economics, and I'm currently doing my
BSc in education.
B.Ed.
Bachelor of Education.
Bachelor. Okay, B.Ed education.
Yes. No.
Major in geography.
The B.Ed is the same as the Bachelor of Education.
Yes.
It's the
B.Ed is the same.
Bachelor of Education.
Exactly.
Geography.
Yeah. B. Yes.
So why law? Because I feel like, why don't you do masters? If you do masters, it will be better. So relax. So this is what we are going to do.
Okay.
A little bit of AI. Okay, so you have a B.Ed. So you have BSc.
Not BSc. We have
B.Ed.
Yeah, I have.
B.Ed.
I have B.Ed in B.Ed. Is B.Ed.
Yeah, B.Ed.
Yes.
Geography, PHY, and minor in
economics.
Economics, you won't do anything. Let's do B.Ed geography.
Yeah, the B.Ed geography is fine.
Okay. So ask which master's programs in USA can I apply to that has funded. Okay. Those who didn't see the beginning of the session, you can join and watch everything later on. Okay. So I mean, law is expensive in America. I bet you even the Americans can pay. All right. What the best thing I mean, so you can do masters in geography. They have given you some of the schools, and do you have interview dates?
No, I'm done with everything. It's left about the interview date.
See, law is very difficult for you to pay unless you are really, really boosted to be studying law in America. Let nobody lie to you. Even those who have money, it's very difficult for them to do.
Really?
So yes, sure.
No, but let me ask this question.
I got admission.
Yes, you did admission. I'm talking about the fees. It's very, very expensive.
Oh, you know it was $60,000.
And you think it's not expensive, eh?
Oh, not like that. It is not expensive. Then they gave me $29,000. So it's left about $30.
$30,000.
Yes. Then I prove a bank statement to them. Then they give me I-20, right?
Yes, they will give you I-20. But you know, yeah, I understand all these things. But what I'm saying is, you already have a bachelor's already. Why don't you do masters? Do application again in your field when you get here, because going for another undergraduate to be some way. So why don't you do master's application with your what was your class?
My class was second class upper.
Hey, you can get funding now. There are so many schools. See programs you can apply with your staff, rather than going to. Yes, we know you want to do the law, but the funding a bit me how. So masters in urban and regional planning, masters in environmental studies and science, masters in geospatial science, GIS, masters in geography. You can get geography, masters in education with geography specialization. Okay, rather than going to do the law. I know, but see, it's a little bit of diversion and something over there, and it's even undergrad.
Did you declare your undergrad when you were filling your DS-116?
Yes, I use the SHS.
You didn't declare your bachelor's in your DS-116?
No.
Why?
So
Why?
within that period, what have you been doing? What will you say when they ask you?
I'm currently doing my national service.
No, so when they what they ask you, since you said you are not, you don't have any undergrad. So from the time you graduate from SHS to now, what
Oh
have you?
yeah, they asked me about little things concerning about school after school. Then I put my national service over there.
I don't get
So
it. I'm talking about after SHS. Did you
After
so
SHS, yeah.
yes.
Once they decided to ask like concerning about school, after school and those kind of stuff.
So did you say you've been to undergrad? You have undergrad already?
Oh yes.
Oh, okay, makes
Yes.
sense.
Yes.
Makes sense to me. So the home times, all that you can say is you have Macaulay and other stuff. But what I'm also trying to suggest is that you can do application and continue within you rather than waiting to start another master, another undergrad. That's a lot of money. You start directly, continue with your masters and even get funding with it rather than doing that. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So all that you can do is you tell them you come back and assume a post, yeah, to the Makola and start a law firm and be doing those stuff. That would be the best thing.
Mm,
Okay.
okay.
Okay. All the best to you.
Okay. Thank you.
okay, so I'm taking you off now so that I give the opportunity to someone else, Teresa. Okay, so Michael, I can see you. You can turn on your camera and turn on your microphone. I'm adding you live on stage so that you ask your question. Michael, yeah, you can, yeah, you can unmute yourself and ask your question.
Mm, please, I wanted to find out how. Sorry, I'm late, but I wanted to find out how this whole application starts, because it looks like you are interested in a school. You go to their page, and then it's full of news, like how to even get the link of the particular university to apply. So it's such a work, and then you end up giving up. And even in the search, you give up before the search because the the link to even get to apply, you don't
So
find.
so so yeah, I understand, Michael. I understand. Do you have undergrad already?
Yes, yes, please.
Undergrad in what?
Chemistry.
Okay, so we since you came late, we did this. Okay, so you see, we started when the session ends. Okay, you start all over again. Then you know how. Okay, so we did this. We showed how to search for schools. I did video on how to search for schools. Okay, so what we say is you pick the state one by one. So I'm picking the state. Okay, so you said chemistry, right?
Yes.
So you tell it AI, I'm using ChatGPT. Even your phone can, WhatsApp AI can do it. So you go to ChatGPT and tell it list universities in Alabama. So you watch everything, the introduction, everything is there. Okay, it
Okay.
will explain everything to you. Since you joined late, that's why you are saying that universities in Alabama. Okay, that offers chemistry, MS chemistry with funding. I don't know what I'm typing. I don't know. I'm using too much RAM. I don't know what I'm even typing. Let me close it. Um, I don't even know what I'm typing. Okay. Yeah, I think MS Chemistry is fine with I don't know.
But I think once you've given him the information after the
So you see,
program,
yeah, after the program, see you see it has given us one program and other stuff. Next time when you see a section, join early, okay? It helps. We don't use Ghana man time to come to America, okay? So you see, it has given you schools and other stuff. All
so
right.
Michael, all that my brother is trying to tell you is that after the session, this there'll be a recorded version on YouTube. If you use midnight bundle, like don't sacrifice your sleep, watch this whole 2 hour to 3 hours interview
Yeah.
from right from the beginning and make notes. Then you
Yeah.
know where to start or where to
Yeah.
begin from.
Yeah, and P Meg is talking about elaborate on. I should elaborate on the resume. You two also start it, okay? I elaborated on it. We have examples of it. Yeah, Sly, you can drop the Telegram page again too, so that they can
Okay.
get access to those stuff.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so that you go to the Telegram page, you click on the links. We have. I use a resume as an example. You use it, do your
So I
resume.
think
Very, very nice.
before you close, we'll still touch on the resume. Like you share your screen again, and we'll look at the information there. Then we just wrap up and close.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So there's another question here from Uncle Alfred. He's saying, "Good evening. Please, I want to know if there is an age limit for master's program."
There is no age in education, age limit in education. My advisor says after he retires, he wanted to be a musician, so he wants to go and learn. My former advisor, he wants to go and learn music. So there is no limit in education, no limit. If you are 50 years, you still do education, no limit. So don't worry yourself.
Raymond Nketia, you are live on the Delali network. You can proceed and ask your question. Nketia Raymond.
Raymond is
Raymond, I think it's network. Okay, Gio, I can see Gio here. Gio, I'm adding you on stage. You can turn on your camera and unmute yourself and ask your question. Gio, Geo, Gio. So you're live now, Gio. You can turn on your camera, unmute yourself, and ask your question. Okay, he's off. Raymond. Okay. Parkwesi Perry says, the Delali network, God bless you, bro. I texted you on X and you replied me, thanks so much, bro. Keep up the good works. Thank you too, and thanks for supporting the brand. I appreciate all that you guys are doing.
Please, if you are here, just like the page, okay? Like it, please. Subscribe to the page and share it with your friends. I mean, these sessions we are going to do more, okay? From next week, next 2 weeks, more people will be coming on. My brother is going to invite people. Those who have been coming late for meetings, please, we if you want to come to America, respect time. We are living in America. We know what time really means. So please, don't be coming late you can go late for other sessions, but for our session, if we say 7, you come and find us here around 7 exactly. So please.
Okay. So till before we wrap up, you can share your screen with the sample resume and touch on each of the aspects before we wrap up.
All right. So those somebody said I should elaborate on the resume. Okay. So I was using this as an example. So this a research-oriented person who this is the resume of research-oriented person. His program he's a microbiologist. I can see doing microbiology stuff. So he has his research interest, his name, his education follows. Okay. So you see, especially with the research interest, these are stuff that are related. So if you are writing a research interest and they are not really aligning, you remove it. Some of the programs they don't really have research like that, like higher education. If your program is not research oriented, you can just remove this side of. Okay, you just go to your education. You see how he has done his education really nice. He has already lived his life. All these things probably you might not have. So anyone you don't have, you just skip it. Research experience, if you don't have research experience, you just omit it. Or you're undergraduate, you just put it there. That's what you have. What you have is what you produce. Harness an award. If you have, you produce teaching experience. Yes, I guess he has teaching experience there. He's a seasonal lecturer. So I know this person has already finished living his life. Okay, publications and other stuff. He also have his publications listed nicely. Conferences attended. Okay, he has presentations. So one thing I will talk about. I've already said it. If you are doing a resume, it should align with the program you are applying to. If you have anything in it that doesn't align to the program you're applying to, don't apply. That is the best thing I will tell you. Don't add it to your stuff. Everything that you are adding should align with whatever thing that you are applying to. If you are going to put it in that you have gone for workshops, all these workshops relate to what he is doing. So if you have gone for workshop that doesn't relate to what you're doing, you just stop it. That's the best thing. So if you miss anything, all that you have to do is to go and start the session all over again when it ends. And share with your friends, people who want to know much about school application. We are now starting sessions. Subscribe to this channel. Whenever he has anything, he will post it, so that we have a lot of stuff. This year we are going to do a lot of stuff. So please share with your friends. We want a lot of Ghanaians to come over here. There are so many Indians and Chinese and other stuff. We want more Ghanaians to also come. So don't be selfish. Subscribe, share with your friends, and please also take it very serious. And one thing I will end is this school application is a life changer for everybody. If you do this school application, you're able to come here and you get funding and you settle here, it's a very good life-changing opportunity. So please invest your time in it. Whatever thing that we've said or we've taught you, put it into practice. The next session we will teach you what you have to do. The code emails, you send code emails and other stuff. You send all these code emails and you find out that whatever thing we showed is really working. So please find time, invest time in it. Don't give anything to anybody. You can do it. We all started doing it on our own. I didn't pay anything to anybody. All of us, we never paid anything. We did everything by ourselves. We are here by ourselves. So please invest in yourself and you'll enjoy from it. So don't be lazy, be hardworking, and you'll be fine. That's all. And don't give up. Okay, rejections will come. Don't give up. But for common app is normally for undergrads. We don't use it for masters. For masters, you just go to the program's website and you just apply to. So if I'm going to apply to a school, you just go to the program's website. I don't know if I want to apply to this program. You see, apply there. Where did I go? Mathematics. So department overview. Oh,
so how to apply is there.
Yeah, how to apply is there. Then you go and fill your details and other stuff. You go and so you see this school has, so they even have free application. That was last year though, but they have free application week.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this year they'll be doing that again. Every year they give the free application week.
Yeah, they do every year. They do free application week, so you can wait and you submit your application. So you submit your application here. So you go consent, then you start create an account with them, then you log in, then you start filling up your details and you continue with the application. You select the program. I want to apply for mathematics, and you continue with the application. So that's basically how it is, right? So yeah, let's end it then.
So before we go, my final question to you. When
I'm coming. Sly, I'm coming. I've seen something. I've seen something over here. So you see, I was talking about you can get straight into PhD. Look at this school. See, a master's degree is not required for admission into a PhD. So you can get straight PhD into this program, master's in mathematics. If you have a very good GPA and other stuff,
there was the further information. They said the graduate school requires that applicants must have an undergraduate GPA of 3.0 overall for the last 60 semester hours.
They even do it for the last 60 semesters. That means that is level 400. Oh, it's 400, right? That's what they call it. Last one is 400. Yes. So they use overall GPA of 3.0, and this one is also using the last 400 last semester. So level 400. Some even use your last last 60 is 300 and 400. Sorry. Last 60 is 300 and 400. Then I mean that is the most important thing. So they are saying your overall should be 3.0 and your last 2 semesters should be also 3.0 and above. That's what. So some people didn't have good GPA for their level 100 and 200. It was bad. Somebody like me, my level 100 and 200 was very bad. But my level 300 and 400 were really, really good. First class and second class upper. So that one will shoot you. Some of the schools even use your last 60 because level 100 and 200, you don't do your real program. You are doing university courses which are not very relevant to the program. So that's what some programs do.
Just read the further instruction for the statement of purpose and letters of recommendation.
The GRE. So GRE scores are optional. So this one, are optional, so they don't take GREs. But if you have it, you can submit it. We encourage applicants to, especially if they think doing this will strengthen their. So if you have a GPA like 2.0, like my brother said, if you have a GPA of 2.0, take GRE. It will further strengthen like the instruction over here, make the application stronger and boost their chances of getting admitted. Okay. So however, applicants with and without GRE score will both get considerations. So that is how it is. So if you have GRE, like your GPA, you don't meet that 3.0, all that you need to do is use your GRE good score to overshadow this. That is it. So this one, your GRE score will give you a stronger application. That's what I can say. Okay, man.
Okay. So my final question to you, then we close the session. When are schools going to open their applications for the next academic year? When can we put in applications?
So some of the schools are opening applications. They've opened application for spring 2026 that you can put your applications in, but you have to make sure that.
And spring is which month? People don't
spring is January. Okay, spring is January, and fall starting August. Okay, but the academic calendar starting fall. So for academic calendar for spring, some have opened, some will open. Yeah, most of them by now, July they've opened. That is December. They will give admission decisions in November, December there. So some have even opened for what is it called, for spring. But for fall, most of them open in September, October, first week in October. But most of them September. So for fall, September is that's why we are doing these sections, so that you prepare yourself. By the time they open, then you know the schools you are applying. You just put in your application, sleep, wait for admission. It comes. Then you have taken your bus, whether you are coming with bus or you are coming with flight to United States straight up. Yep.
And one thing you should also know is that every school has specific dates on which they open their applications and end their applications, especially for priority consideration for funding. So you take note of that.
So most of them ends in December 1 for priority consideration. Most of them, and some will say January 1st, some January 15th, some February 15th. It depends on the school. But most of them say January 1st, January 15th, January 1st, December 1st, December 15th. That is when most of the people they are. So you have to know the schools you are going to apply, then you put in your application as soon as possible.
Okay. Thank you very much. We've had over 300 people watching us on all 3 platforms. And I'll say this has been a very insightful session. The recorded version will be on YouTube right after the meeting. And please, if you are here and you have not subscribed yet, just go to YouTube and type the Delali Network. You'll find my Study Abroad channel and just hit the subscribe button. Also, share the link and recommend the page to anyone interested.
Share the link with your friends as we share our.
Yeah. Thank you for joining. And I say, God bless everyone. Have a lovely evening. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.